Today on Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, Bears, Bulls, and more. Hit it.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up-and-coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso both when they are on the court are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where we think we know everything, but we don't really know shit. Today, we will have a special guest. We're going to have a referee come in. We're going to talk about the Bulls. We're going to talk about the All-Star game. And, of course, we're going to be talking about the Bears. Might get some hot talk in. I don't know if we really want to talk about the Blackhawks, even though Connor Bedard did come back. Frank is super excited for that. They call him generational. Now, the thing is, do we honestly believe that Caleb Williams is generational? Or it's just people talking? Is Marvin Harrison Jr. the generational player? We're going to be discussing things like that today. Me personally, I think Marvin Harrison can be generational, and I believe that Caleb Williams can be generational. It's going to be fun having that topic today, but I think we're going to start off with the Bulls first, talk a little basketball, All-Star game, which is starting to become boring as hell. I thought guys were supposed to play defense. They don't play no defense. It's a goddamn layup line and three-point contest. The dunk contest was whack, I heard. I didn't watch none of it. Three-point contest was okay. Skills challenge thing, I heard was okay. I think they drew like 5.5 million viewers, which is still less than what the NFL drew on their Pro Bowl, because they drew 7.5. Hey, but without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this podcast off. First off is going to be our man that know all the stats from the 80s. The 90s, and the 2000s. Our boy JB. Or maybe JB ain't here. I don't know. Well, JB ain't here. So we're going to bring in, we're going to bring in a tank that we call Frank. Come on, Frank. Come on in.
JB's having a little internet issues. He's gonna hopefully get on in a few minutes.
Is he messing with that Aldi's connection?
It could be, man. I think T didn't want to come on tonight because his Aldi's connection in Indiana always kept acting up on him before. So I guess he just handed that Aldi's stuff over to JB now. So
right. So tell us how you feel about Connor Bedard being back. Since I know you love that Hawk Talk, we can get the Hawk Talk out right now.
Well, yeah, we'll get the Hawk Talk in a little bit right now. I'm cool with that. We'll just say this. He's been back now 2 games only.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 games, he has 2 goals. 1 was not allowed because it was called back on an offsides, and 5 assists, which is, I don't know, like 85% of the scoring that they have right now. So he is the team. He is the only one on the team. They got some nice pieces, but he is proven to be, like how you said that magical word, generational.
Generational, and right? Because you know that term gets thrown around quite often.
And he just turned 18 years old too, which is just insane. Generational 18-year-old kid.
Well, you want to know what's funny? I was actually watching Cap and J Hood show today.
Okay.
And they were trying to compare Connor Bedard and Caleb Williams. Sitting up there saying, oh, well, yeah, maybe we should have traded Connor Bedard for a shitload of picks like how we're talking about doing for Caleb Williams.
Hockey does not come across a generational talent like this. And I'll be safe to say, and this is not a diss to anybody coming out of the NFL draft this year, there's nobody has more pressure on him than Connor Bedard did since he was 14 years old. This kid was picked generational when he was 14 years old, waiting for him to come out in this draft, which is...
That sounds like some LeBron shit.
Exactly. It is kind of similar to like LeBron.
Yeah. Because I was just wondering, because to me, generational is something that you don't see all the time. But correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they say that Trevor Lawrence was generational?
They did say that, yeah.
Yeah, like the spotlight's been on him since he was in fucking high school. So how can generational be like that? Well, what, 3-4 years later, you got another generational player, another player supposed to be generational? I thought it's supposed to be a rarity. It's not something that it's not a term that you just throw out.
Yeah.
It's something that's rare.
To pick, like, go back to hockey, Connor McDavid was the next one picked to be generational. And I think Connor McDavid's 28 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a while since they've had somebody generational like this kid. And I mean, we were saying NFL type related. Like, I'll give it. I'm not, as we all know, if Bullets is on the comments, I'm not a fan of LeBron James. Respect the hell out of the game. I'm not going to diss that at all. But he was generational at a very young age. Everybody was waiting for him to come up. And football type related, I know you have faith that Caleb Williams could be generational. I pick him more to be prima donna-ish than I do generational.
Well, is our guest ready?
Yeah, our guest is ready.
Okay, well, we'll get back to some Bears talk a little bit later, but right now we're going to talk a little NBA, and we're going to bring on our special guest today. His name is Gary. He's a referee. Well, Frank, I'll let you do the introduction.
Bring him in. He's known more to us and to everybody out there as Z-Force.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring him aboard.
So foul mouth just doesn't want to give me any love at all.
Hey,
not at all.
Understand.
And here's another thing too. It's not a coincidence. This is now the third time I've been on the show, and T-Nick's not on. So I'm starting to get a complex.
Man, he out there in Indiana somewhere.
He's splicing internet cable. That's what
he's terrible food in Indiana. And I know with JB having issues, foul. We got Easy backstage as well, being easy and wanting to crash our party like you.
Oh, is he?
We want to just bring in the Easy.
Yeah, he can crash anytime he wants.
Why the tone of disappointment, Foul?
I'm glad you got a haircut and trim your beard, though, man. Kudos to
Thanks,
you.
So is my mom.
You look good, Easy. I'm proud of you.
Is that a compliment?
The first compliment I think I've ever given you.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm honored. Hey, thank you for glad to be on the show.
It's good to be back with you boys too, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you back.
Hey,
it's been a busy season, so I'm.
You've been messaging me on Instagram constantly, asking me to come back, but I mean that's up to team, and then he doesn't even show up.
Busy 2 weeks coming up. I got high school boys playoffs start tomorrow. College. I'll be on the south side of Chicago all this week. Julie and Olive Harvey.
Okay.
And then boys sectionals I have too. So keep my fingers crossed I move up a little higher on the ladder. So we'll see what happens.
Definitely. That is what is up. So,
but that All-Star game was whack.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, me personally, I didn't watch.
If you want, I made a nice little video to start us off into the All-Star game.
Go ahead, roll that video then.
I love this video. I love this video. It's not as pretty and sexy as Easy's videos that he makes, but
well, I am a pretty and sexy guy.
I knew that was coming. I dig myself into that one. That's for sure.
Yeah, you really set yourself up there.
186. Stephen A. Is this All-Star game fixable?
No, not as presently constructed. Shannon Sharp, I'm of this mindset right now. They need to do away with All-Star Weekend. Just get rid of it.
The whole weekend?
No. Let me finish. The three-point shooting contest, I'm totally good with. The three-point shooting contest, not just Steph Curry and UNESCO, who were fabulous, but the overall three-point shooting contest never cheats us, never disappoints us. They're going out there, they shoot, they're trying to make shots. There's nothing wrong with the three-point. I'm talking about the skills competition. I'm talking about the slam dunk competition. And I'm talking about the All-Star game. Let me start with the All-Star game. Ladies and gentlemen, what transpired last night was an absolute travesty. Nearly 400 points were scored. No defense, no effort whatsoever. This is the ultimate indictment against the NBA stars who show up on NBA All-Star Weekend. You play harder in the summer league when you're training. That's all anybody's asking. We all know that when you playing in the summertime and stuff like that, ain't nobody trying to get hurt. But you still give one another effort because you're working on your game. You can give the fans at least that. Nobody's asking you to compete like you're going up against the playoffs or even a regular season game. But when you are working out summertime, Shannon, you know this, okay? You see guys giving effort in the summertime. It's really a travesty. Let me go to the slam dunk contest. Now, this is where I blame your boy, LeBron James, Shannon Sharp. Not for the All-Star game, but for the slam dunk contest. He's never participated. He is the only superstar, above the rim superstar in the history of the game who did not participate in the slam dunk contest. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about the decision that he's made over the years. And what that has done is provoked a lot of cats on to come up to not participate in the slam dunk contest either. And now we've got a G Leaguer who is a back-to-back slam dunk champion. Props to Jaylen Brown for participating, not caring about what people were going to say or how it looked. He went out there and he competed because you need names in the slam dunk contest. And I applaud him in every way imaginable for participating. But the others that chose not to participate, you trying to tell me we wouldn't want to see an Anthony Edwards in a slam dunk contest? You trying to tell me when Ja was healthy and in the All-Star game, we would not have wanted to see Ja Morant in the All-Star?
Man,
I don't agree with I don't agree with 99% of what that blowhard says, but I agree with him here. And
100%.
I first of all, LeBron, as you saw in my little chat there, I can't stand the guy. He's an embarrassment. He's a joke. He's a clown. We talked about this nauseum before about how I feel about his just being not loyal to a team and hopping out with all-stars and getting title shots and whatnot, where Jordan had to play with guys like Granville Waiters and Dave Corzine and all these other clowns. Even Pippen and Horace Grant took 3-4 years to really develop themselves before they became superstars. But I'd like to see a Legends 3-point contest. I like to see
cool.
older guys. I think Larry Bird can still shoot. I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Showtime Laker fan. Magic. I was watching Magic since 1979, so I am old school Lakers to the hilt. My buddy Mike's a big Kobe guy. I liked Kobe, but it was hard to go against Jordan when he was playing. Mm-hmm. So we're in Chicago, but for me, dunk contest is whack. Get rid of the All-Star game. Have a Legends 3-point contest. And I want to know your guys' thoughts on Kenny Smith getting a lot of shit for making that comment about an SQ in the 3-point contest.
Well, what did he say? Like I said,
something about shooting from the women's 3-point line instead of the men's, but she was using a women's ball. So she was shooting from the men's 3-point side, but she was using a women's ball. So.
Well, I think that just because of muscle memory, shouldn't they use the ball they use?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying Kenny Smith's catching a lot of crap for that, and I'm just like a misogynist and all. Everybody people should you say one thing wrong, everybody wants to whine and complain.
People should be allowed to have their own damn opinions without people jumping.
Yeah, the world is sensitive when it comes down to talking about women and talking about gays.
Yeah.
Listen, there would be no WNBA if there wasn't an NBA.
Yeah. So,
and I'll say one thing again when we bring up Stephen A. Smith, and I agree with what you said. 98% of everything he says, I don't give two shits about. But one other thing he said about the All-Star game, I wasn't able to get it on, but I liked it. It was like, if you're not going to if superstars are still going to be these childish little babies and not compete in this All-Star game, why not have ESPN go out there to the streets and just recruit a bunch of random, like, street ball dunking type players where literally the NBA All-Star game will promote them and make it a contest, like $1 million winner, a $500,000 second place, $100,000 first place. You're telling me you're not going to get some very competitive stuff that comes out of that? Like, I actually like that idea if it came down to these people not wanting to compete in the All-Star game because they're scared to get hurt.
I like that idea. That reminds me of the World Baseball Classic when I think someone from, I might get the country wrong, but I think it might have been Cuba, struck out, a bunch of like all-star players in a row from the Dominican Republic, and then he ended up signing a contract with the Tigers or something, like a major league team. Obviously, like, this is not the same exact stakes, but just the idea of like, yeah, like, just give these guys the spotlight, give these guys an opportunity to make some money. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah. Or make it have whoever wins the All-Star game gets home court advantage in the playoffs, no matter what the record is.
And I thought of that idea, but from what I heard, that really bit baseball in the ass. A lot of people don't like that they did that with baseball.
It was a one-time thing where it absolutely bit baseball in the ass. Yes.
Yes, and that's what I would think it would do to basketball type related too. And everyone else was just like, well, why not make like a $500,000 winner to all the players? Like $500,000 is like a nickel to some of these freaking players nowadays. Exactly. $500,000 ain't gonna give you shit. But it's just sad that the celebrity All-Star game is more fun to watch than the freaking All-Star game.
Well, that's because it looks like people are actually trying to play defense.
Exactly.
The thing that I don't get about this generation is that they want more money, but they want to play less games. How do you want more money and play less games? People spend their hard-earned money to see you guys play every single night. It could be a person that, like LeBron James, he has millions of fans. It could be somebody that sit up there that saved up for months just to get a good seat to see LeBron James, but he decides because they're playing a team like, I don't know, San Antonio, that doesn't have a good record. He's like, you know what? This game, I'm going to go ahead and sit that out. So now this particular person or people that saved up for months just to see their favorite player won't get a chance to sit up there and see their favorite player.
Tickets ain't cheap, man.
They're not cheap. And that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, somewhere along the line, these guys forgot the reason why you play the game. You play the game for the love.
Yep.
You play the game for the love. It's just a bonus that you're getting paid.
Well, everyone plays the game for different reasons, right? Like, some people play. Some people, it's a warehouse job.
That's just the
reality. Majority of guys play this game because they love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
or they did love it at one particular point in time.
That was a great cue foul,
L for love. Good times.
What you say?
L for love.
Dodgeball, love it.
So JB finally got his internet going, so let's bring in the stat man. JB.
Where is my guy? JB.
JB, welcome. The last one of the party.
What up, kid?
Hey, Gary, what's happening with you?
Nothing, man. What's going on?
Comcast, I hate them. Can't wait to get rid of them.
But where are you gonna go? Because nobody else is good.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll try Mint
Don't
Mobile
say AT&T. Just don't say AT&T.
No,
hey, that's who I got.
Don't say Aldi's.
They literally are scheduling maintenance at this time. I'm like, what if, God forbid, you're up watching your favorite show?
Yeah, right.
And your internet is out.
Yeah, JB. So we've been talking basketball. We've been talking about the All-Star game. That's what we kicked it off with. Tell us your thoughts on the All-Star game. You think they need to get rid of it? You think there needs to be more incentives as far as to get these players to play, which I don't believe. Yeah, because Stephen A. Smith, we played a little clip from him. He basically said they need to just go ahead and do away with the All-Star game and the dunk contest.
So it's all trash, first of all, except the three-point contest. That was the only thing that was really exciting to me. The skills little challenge thing where they got the QB club thing now moving back and forth. That was trash. The dunk contest, like, I get that there may not be much more dunks to do, but then you look at the internet and you see these random guys doing stuff that the NBA players haven't even attempted.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no shade to anybody that went out there, but where's the Anthony Edwards? Where's the John Morants? Where's the kids?
John Morant is
Exactly what
injured.
Stephen A. Smith said. Yeah, that's exactly what Stephen A. Smith said, man.
And it's like,
and he gave a shout out, and I'm going to give a shout out. Jaylen Brown, dude, you're at least a big name. Thank you for competing.
Thank you for
remember. John Morant is out for the year.
Yes, John Morant still when he was healthy.
I'm not speaking literally of this season. Easy. I'm talking.
Okay. I got you.
Bigger names don't usually do it, and if I'm not mistaken, Jaylen Brown just became the highest paid
to ever
at his position this past offseason. But my thing is this: what else can you give these guys? They don't need any more money. Hell, they don't even play a full 82 games. They're so soft. So it's like, what else do you want to give them?
Which I give kudos. That was another great idea by the NBA, not allowing you to be MVP if you don't play at least 62 games.
Well, you know one thing. One person I blame Adam Silver. Because under David Stern's watch, this shit would have never happened.
Well, that's the thing. Like Adam Silva, if you looked at him at the end of that All-Star game, when he handed out the trophy, he was disgusted. He knows this is a shit show, but it's just what the players union and all this shit does now, man. Like they have so much stuff that they can do now.
Let me bring this to your attention, guys. At any one of our jobs, can we go and tell them, oh, I'm load managing today?
Yeah, right.
And still expect to have a job. Hey, Gary, let's say you only wanted to run up the court first and third quarters. On the second and fourth, you need time to yourself.
You're right for refereeing, but unfortunately, in this day and age, with these pansies that are growing up, these young kids, they're load management. Oh, I need time. My work-life balance. I need to go to Italy and find myself. I need to, I need to recreate the Sound of Music. All this bullshit. It's like, no. For me, it's bad. Yeah, if I'm not running up and down the floor, I'm not getting any playoff assignments. It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
Even if I put my 65 pounds back on, I'm going to look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man running up and down the floor, and I'm not going to look good at all. So, a fat referee hustling is just as bad as a in-shape referee not hustling.
Glad you made it there safe, buddy. Glad you made it there safe.
So I also made a question, JB. I don't know if you heard about it, but I was thinking of maybe bringing back the Legends 3-point contest. What do you think?
That'd be fun.
I would like that. I would like to see Larry and Reggie and Ray get out there and
Craig Hodges,
Craig, those guys. Yeah. Hell, Mark Price. Like, there's some names out there.
Hell, hey, I'll take it one better. How about you sit up there and you had a Legends against today's? Because there's been a big talk about, oh man, Reggie Miller probably would have had as many threes as Stephen Curry did if he attempted as many, or Larry Bird or Ray Allen. How these guys compete against them?
Be afraid some of these guys might have heart attacks.
Or bring in.
I know Michael Jordan would still want to play, and I guarantee you he will.
3-point winners. Bring in past 3-point winners. That one, Larry Bird. Well, I don't think Larry's going to do it, but somebody like Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, had them go against Steph.
Well, those guys we still see shoot. We still see Reggie shoot. We still see Kenny Smith shoot. We still see those guys shoot. So that wouldn't be a bad thing to kind of like tinker with. But like the skills challenge, I'm sorry, it has to go.
So stupid.
They made a mockery of it. I remember when Derrick Rose was trying to get down and back in like 12 seconds. Like now it's like, I promise you, and I'm not saying this as fact, but did it only look like the Indiana players were trying to play? Like
that is true.
Like it was
that is true.
It was nothing to that. And then when you look at the actual dunk contest itself, I could see where you would want to go with creativity, but why don't you change the rules? Since everybody wants to do the same thing, okay, here's the criteria. 1 original dunk, 1 alley-oop type dunk, 1 prop dunk.
I think that's what Jeremy just said right here. You have no guidelines to dunk contests.
Yeah, it's
kind of similar to like what you just said right there, JB.
The last time I can actually say the dunk contest was exciting was the two between Zach LaVine and
hands down.
Aaron Gordon. Before that, maybe the Jason Richardson one. And before that, obviously Vince Carter.
Yeah, I mean, Blake Griffin was not bad, but it was more for TV type, fun type stuff instead of great freaking dunks.
But with the Legends 3-point contest, you only got a small window with these codgers because they're in their 50s and 60s right now.
But you have to do that selectively. It can only be like
yeah. Well, Bobby Hansen might be able to shoot still. You know what I mean? So
it'd be fun to have, or even like a tag team type thing, a current 3-point shooter to go along with the legend 3-point shooter,
or take the best 3-point shooters from each team, the legends, and go and have a contest.
Oh yeah, the best, yeah.
Conference.
Like Steph Curry going up against his dad, pretty much. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. First of all, James Naismith's rolling in his grave right now. When has it become just regular basketball just to pull up from 35 feet and shoot a damn jumper?
I hate it. The art of the mid-range.
Hate it all you want, but it works. It worked for the Warriors for so long. It doesn't work for everyone.
Now here you go, Easy. You always do that.
I'm stunned that he gets. I'm stunned that he gets those shots off on the amount of the percentage that he gets them off. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm a Grizzlies fan. I'm a grit and grind. Zach Randolph, Pau Gasol, Marc Gasol. Like that's my kind of basketball. But as someone who's seen
14 years old,
shut up. As someone who's seen my team get their ass kicked by the Warriors multiple times, like they make it work, and it sucks and it's frustrating, but it works. So if you win, I can't.
If you're saying it works, but then you look at two things. One, am I wrong by saying Steph Curry may have ruined basketball? And I like Steph. I actually love Steph.
I think
he's still an exciting basketball player.
In some ways, yeah.
But now look how it's trickled down into the high school and levels and the AAU levels. Kids don't even pick and roll anymore. They take 2 steps past half court and they're chucking up shots. Kids don't even know what sets are anymore. Not the plays, just the sets.
James Harden changed the step back rule for traveling in high school.
It travels 99% of the time he shoots.
I can hop, spin, 1-2, hop again, gather, be a waiter. It's too much. And again, what Steph has done, it is remarkable. Is this the first time we've ever seen people pull up from 30 feet and all that? No, we've seen Reggie shoot from back there. We've seen Mitch Richmond do it. We've seen Dan Marley do it in I want to say in a finals game or something like that, a playoff game, where Dan Marley's pulling from the freaking logo. We've seen that, but not in abundance. You have people that have no earthly reason to shoot threes now shooting threes.
Look, I hear you, and I do think to an extent, there's definitely elements of Steph Curry ruining the game. I still blame Kevin Durant more, but that's another conversation. But who won the championship? It was Denver with I don't think that's Jokic. That's not Jokic's game.
Why are we blaming Kevin Durant?
Because he went to the Warriors and made it the basketball is very boring.
Then we're blaming LeBron James for going to Miami.
Well, yes, no. Look,
we're just blaming him because he's an asshole.
I'm with you on that too. Although they didn't win as much because the Spurs had such a strong foundation, they had a good team. I blame Kevin Durant because it was just super boring. It was nothing. It was not entertaining to watch at that point for me. Some people might disagree with that.
I'm not disagreeing as far as with the Kevin Durant situation, but then we got to throw LeBron James in there as well because I'm the fact that there's no competition in this league anymore. You can't compete against people. You got to go create super teams to fucking beat them. That's pathetic.
They don't want to compete. Competition is not thrilling.
And that's where I always
want to play with their friends.
That's where I always get into arguments with people about LeBron James. Be like, has the Michael Jordan ever seen the competition that he had in the finals?
Oh,
and I was like, okay, that's great. I don't give a shit. Look at the road to the finals. LeBron James played against since 2011, I believe.
This isn't really about LeBron.
But Frank,
we're talking about we're specifically talking about Steph Curry.
About super teams and all that.
No, I thought we were talking about the revolution of the 3-point shot and Steph Curry kind of ruining basketball. I don't know what LeBron has to do with it.
But he's a piece of shit. That's why.
If you look at basketball, back in those days, the teams were not breaking up unless there was a major trade. Gary, I'm sure you remember this when Mark Aguirre got traded from Dallas to Detroit. We were like, whoa.
That was like blasphemy. Getting rid of I forgot his name.
Adrian Dantley, right?
Adrian Dantley, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
people in Detroit went apeshit when you got rid of Adrian Dantley. Guire shows up and changed the entire complex of that team. And if Mark Guire's not on the Pistons don't win back-to-back titles.
Absolutely not. They definitely don't. But I like to see where that goes because now that was a team decision. Not, oh, well, guess what, James Harden? I don't feel like playing with you today, Philly. I'm getting traded. I don't feel like playing with you today, Brooklyn. I'm getting traded. Like
I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
That stuff is weak, and there's no thrill of competition. Yeah. You want to go play with your friends? Okay, cool. When it's time,
most of your friends suck, though, right, JB? My friends I play with them. Most of your friends blow. So
I would say,
thank you.
And that's to me is that's helping the degradation of basketball because now when you watch it, it's painful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I've literally seen games where teams have taken more 3-pointers than 2-pointers. That makes no sense.
I mean, not only that, you seen on fast breaks where guys got a 3-on-2
or 3-on-1
go to the wing to shoot a damn 3 instead of going to the hole.
Yep.
Coaches would light your ass up if they did that.
You learned that when you
unless you're Paul Westphal, Loyola Marymount. So
yeah. Back in my day, coach want to talk to you.
You're on the bench. Sit your ass on the freaking bench right now.
Well, the only team that worked with was Loyola Marymount with Paul Westphal. Remember?
That was Hank Gathers. Was that Hank Gathers?
Hank Gathers and Kimball and all those guys. That started that type of game. But when you have to have players like that, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
you can't,
I think that's the most important thing, Z-Force, is kind of what I'm saying is, like, obviously it works with Steph Curry, it works with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson, but that's because they are so elite at it. But when you're trying to do that at like the high school level, it's not going to be nearly as successful or fun to watch. Hell, even in college and in the NBA with some of these teams who are bad at it, it's like it's not fun. It's not entertaining. So, yeah, I'm with you there.
But even on the college level, Rick Pitino just called out St. John's like, hey, these guys are pathetic. They're weak. All they want to do is shoot threes and lollygag and not pray. What's going on here? And just because something worked for one team in this small vacuum that the Warriors had been successful, that doesn't mean that's the blueprint. Because what did Denver do? Denver came and brought back what? The big man. Now you look at the league, everybody trying to get a 7-footer again.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Pitino's not used to having scrubs on his team. He was in Kentucky where he was getting the top level players, and now he's got to deal with guys who are not good. And so now it falls on coaching. Now it falls on motivation. And how do you get these kids to play? And how do you get the most out of average to above average players?
Well, if you notice in like football and in basketball now, you're seeing that a lot of the old school coaches, they're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
They're not dealing with this.
They can't relate to these kids.
Yeah, because you can't get to these kids. These kids now, everything is about likes and popularity and oohs and ahs and shit. You got the NIL where these kids sitting up here. All it is a bigger. It makes it legal for teams to pay the players now.
Foul mouth. That's ruined college basketball in the NILs.
Hey, it's now. Blue chips in real life.
Hell,
yeah, the kids deserve money, but I think you should do it a different way. They are leaving for money. They're not leaving to, they want their contracts and then they're going to play a year or two. When they have $6 million in the bank, they're going to be like, fuck it, I don't need to go to college. I don't need to play anymore. It's ridiculous. The way I agree that the kids need some money, but there's got to be some type of regulation, some different way.
Yeah, they have to do something with this.
They have to sign a contract where you got to stay with your team. You're going to get this amount of money. You're going to stay at least. Yeah,
they need to work out.
I say you got to give me 2 to 3 because
they need to work out these clauses on contracts nowadays.
But do you remember 95? UCLA Bruins won the national championship. That was with the O'Bannon brothers, Toby Bailey, Tyus Edney, and George Zedek and them guys. Right after that, he sued EA Sports, I believe it was, for using his image and them not getting paid. Now, when that kind of opened up Pandora's box a little bit, I felt they should have been paid, right? Because they make millions of dollars for the school. Right. But here we go again. What's the difference in giving the kid a couple extra $1,000 a semester as opposed to one guy getting 5 or 7 million, but the other, 13, 14 on the team still aren't getting anything. Caleb Williams can get $5 million, but the other 102 guys on the USC aren't getting anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you really didn't balance out the equality. What you did is you just isolated star status. And to me, again, hey, I don't need to go get drafted because back in the day, we all know people had a struggle. I got a story to tell. Let me go get this money to feed my family. Generational wealth, this, that, and the third. We are poor. We live in a shack, blah, 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 blah. Now these kids can buy their own mansion. What is the motivation?
Right, exactly.
Why even want to go play pro now?
You know what? We're gonna go around. We're gonna go around to each person, and I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on this NIL. I'll start off with you, Z-Force.
I don't like it. It's gonna ruin the game if it hasn't started already. It's tainted all the way down to the high school level where JB's talking about AAU, and I've seen it from an official. I can just see kids who are playing for themselves. You can tell the kids that are team players and kids who are out there for themselves. The old man is sitting right in the front row by the bench. He's in his coach's ear. You know what I mean? He's yapping at me, and I'm like, first of all, I'm not having it, dude. You need to shut up. Number one. Number two, it's like, I tell the coach, I'm like, boy, I feel for you. And there's things that coaches have told me that I'm not going to repeat here that they know that they stepped in it, and they're basically at the mercy of parents who are controlling the school boards and also the coaches and the superintendent or whatever, because they're afraid. You're looking at you look at the high school teams, Curie, top teams, Thornton, right, Homewood, Flossmoor, all those Chicago teams. All these kids, man, all they're talking about is money, money, money.
Yeah.
But you don't have money to give uniforms to the kids.
Right.
The kids don't have uniforms in the lower level. So if we do a lower level game, I go into the city of Chicago school, they're wearing T-shirts because they don't have money for uniform. Where's that money going? You're not sharing it. You're not making it a part of the entire program all the way down to the freshman level, because that is your feeder system. Because once the superstars leave, you got to find your other superstar at the freshman and sophomore level.
Easy.
It doesn't bother me, but also I'm not as I'm not as basketball savvy as I've made clear on the show. So it hasn't bothered me. I understand why players want money, but also like Z4 said, the parents have the potential and have shown the ability to be very annoying and problematic. And I think that's, like as someone who works with kids, like that could be the most frustrating thing is the parents. So, I don't think regulations are the worst thing in the world. But again, I'm not super steadfast on this.
All right, Frank.
Oh, I fucking hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's so freaking stupid. It just takes away how we all keep saying the passion, the love for the game. I just feel like, and this is for all the main sports, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, those to me are like your two main sports out here. I don't think it's trickled down too much with baseball or anything right now, for college levels or anything, but I just don't see the passion or the love for the game anymore. And this is just one big reason why. I understand what JB was saying as far as the endorsements on people buying your jerseys and all that type of stuff. 100% understand that type of stuff, but that's not what we're talking about.
JB?
I don't like the way it's structured, but I understand the premise, the original premise of it. I do not like the isolation of it. I do not like the fact that one kid, call it whatever position, puts himself, media, propaganda, endorsements, big business, puts that one kid in front of the team. Because now you're not teaching team anymore. How soon before we actually see a high school kid say, oh, well, I'm not going to Curie because Kenwood is paying me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
If it's not already happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. If it's not already happening.
There's blue chips in the making right there, man.
So I don't agree with the way it's being governed. I don't.
Okay, well, tell me this. What do you guys think about the transfer portal? Because it seems like those two are sort of going hand in hand now. It's two two problems that I believe that they're having in college, because you're seeing guys that freshmen that came in that were 5 stars, 4 stars, 4-star players, and they go to one school. If they don't play their freshman year, I'm gonna transfer and I'm gonna go to this school to sit up there and play. So tell me, Z-Force, what you think about the transfer portal?
Without having to wait a year, they can go right in and start playing again. And I think therein lies the issue, because now these kids know that they can say, you know what, well, yeah, I'm 8th man off the bench. I want to be 5th. I want to start. So I'm going to go play at, wherever and get some money. And I just think that back in the day when you transferred, you had to sit out a year.
Yes, you did.
So now it's, again, and I firmly believe it starts in the AAU area, because it's just completely out of control. If you're going to sit here and tell me that AAU coaches are not paying their players in the summertime, not giving them any money with their shoes, I see what the hell they're wearing. And I'm thinking to myself, and this is not a race issue, white, black, purple, green, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever. Just somebody with a bad skin condition. It's basically, there's, again, and this goes to when I talk about LeBron. There's no loyalty. Like, and it's, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach, and now he's going to go on every team with every all-star, and kids are seeing this. Even the college kids are like, fuck it. Again, kid from St. John's. Well, Patino says we suck. I want to go play for Calipari at Kentucky or whatever. He'll go and get his nil money and do whatever. So no, I think it's James Naismith's rolling over in his grave right now. So
it's the same with like college football too. A lot of people will leave. It was like, well, I mean, I'm barely making a top 25 ranked team here. I'm going to go play for a top 5 team and possibly compete for a national championship and get a better job at getting recruited.
Does Sanders at Colorado fall into that bubble there, Frank? Over in Colorado, does he? With Shador rocking the watch and all the time, and all this the nil money that he's got, and he's driving around, what is it, Rolls Royce or something?
He didn't even need the NIL money because
he didn't.
They were already rich, so
yeah. I mean, I take that more as that's his dad. I don't know if I really consider that being the NIL money.
But I think it's more of off for people maybe want to play for Deion. I think that's what it is.
A lot of people want to play for Deion, and that's different. You want to play for a coach like that who loves his players. Yeah, like Deion's really pushing the. And I love when he came out and said too, where he was just like, "You don't want to play for the love of the game. I don't fucking want you here."
Right.
But one thing I would say about Deion before I go to Frank about the transfer portal, we don't know if Deion can coach.
No,
we don't, because Deion, when he was in SWAC, he had the best players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had 2 5-stars, maybe 3 5-stars there in a SWAC where there's you got 3 stars, and hell, it ain't even many 3 stars there.
We got the LeBron fan on right now. Bullets, like you to come talk, man.
So Easy, tell me what you think about the transfer portal.
Once again, it just doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I'm not for it, against it. Like if someone wants to change where they go to college, they could change where to go to college. Like that doesn't really upset me too much. But also keep in mind, my favorite, I went to San Diego State. So like we don't have the best athletics, although we did make the championship in basketball last year, which was cool. But
you're the Aztecs, right, Deezy? Aztecs?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
Aztecs.
Even Sunday.
And hey,
Kawhi Leonard, Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk. Kawhi Leonard. We've had some pretty good, handful of pretty good guys. But I'm just like pretty carbon neutral about the transfer portal. I know if I wanted to transfer from San Diego State, I would have loved to be able to, but why would I want to transfer from such a cool, great school? But yeah, I mean, it's it just doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you guys, but I understand, being loyal to loyalty and whatnot. So yeah.
Frank?
No, it was said perfectly on that last one right there. Like I transfers don't bother me nearly as much. I just hate the fact that loyalty is just it's non-existent anymore. Even if it comes down to just like playing in important games for your team and everything like that. And we all know how I felt about Caleb Williams not playing in that bowl game. I don't care if it was a low bowl game.
How do you feel about Caleb Williams?
Isn't that the next segment? Like,
We'll get to that later. Yeah.
Go ahead, JB.
But, yeah, I said it perfectly.
I'm sorry.
Loyalty is my biggest problem with it. So,
JB.
So for me, fellas, Fal, I know you know this more than anybody. Gary, you and I have talked about it plenty of times. I am a fan of the transfer portal because of my own home, my own house with my son. Going to a low-level D1 and elevating and being able to get a chance to transfer to a higher division, a mid-major or beyond, I believe that there's still some type of grind that you should be rewarded for. Then on the other side, I still feel that what about the kid that was promised a dream, and now you're 6'7", supposed to be the guy, and now you're playing backup center when you're 6'7", 125 pounds. That's not what I came here for. And then the other part of that, coaches leave in the middle. And take it from a Spartan, where Nick Saban left right before the Citrus Bowl and went down to LSU. Then I think it was 2 years later he turned around and left LSU after winning a national championship, went to Alabama. But you're blocking.
Didn't he go from LSU to the NFL though? And
then right there,
yeah, he went to the NFL. Then he failed in the NFL, and LSU didn't want him back because they already had a new coach.
And then he went to.
Alabama.
They had the Mad Hatter, Les Miles. That's what they had. Yeah. But my thing is, sometimes you have to look at the forest for the trees. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So when a kid, now, I'll say this: when I look at a kid and you're like a 6th-year senior and you done been to 4 schools. Now, wait a minute, what's really going on? Sometimes you got to look at, hey, it's you. It's you. But like I said, you got a kid that did his due diligence and worked hard and played at Miami of Ohio, and then all of a sudden, man, I get a chance to go to Kentucky for a year. Man, go.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you on that one. And I'll actually bring up a name when you just said that too. Didn't somebody else picked over Justin Fields, and Justin Fields left Georgia and went to Ohio State because he wasn't starting at Georgia. I understand reasons. That's why I'm not completely against the transfer portal. But loyalty on some levels, when you are a starter, you don't like the situation that you're in, and then you transfer to another school because you think they're a better team. That's what I'm not a fan of.
Let me say one more thing about loyalty. How about loyalty has just killed this one college program? JB, you and I probably remember this. DePaul. DePaul is just awful. Oh. Remember when DePaul and Ray Meyer used to bring kids from the city of Chicago?
They don't recruit Chicago real well because they don't bring Chicago people in.
Yeah. I mean, it's an embarrassment. DePaul basketball is an embarrassment. They got a brand new arena and they're just god awful. Like a JUCO team can beat them.
They don't even feel Wintrust.
No.
They don't.
No.
The Chicago Sky.
What about Loyola? How's Loyola looking?
Loyola's looking good.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's
they might win the A-10.
That's my dad's alma mater.
Denzel Valentine's brother coaches. Is their head coach.
There's talking about Valentine maybe moving on, coaching somewhere else now. So after the season, so
it happens.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Shout out Sister Jean.
With that transfer portal, it's sort of when we were younger playing the game, whether it's football, basketball. Many of the things that we did in that particular sport translated over to what we do in real life. True. As you guys sit up there and say, loyalty, commitment, discipline, hard work. If you notice, a lot of these kids now, they're not getting that. And so then when they come out here to the real world, when them hoop dreams or them football dreams don't come through for them, they're lost out here in the real world. They don't know how to make money. They don't know how to work hard because they really ain't been working hard. Yeah. They've been given everything. And it's
that $6 million nil deal is going to disappear quick when you got to take care of 15 family members.
Like Quinn Evers, he went to Ohio State and got $1 million and then got the hell up out of there and went straight to Texas.
Because that's where he really wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I say this to that. I think we've lost our way with not being able to teach them how to earn their keep, right? And then we also, on a lower level, have lost it with participation trophy because now it's always babying and coddling.
Yeah,
you don't teach, cream rises to the top. You don't teach that I got to get up at 5 o'clock and do 100 push-ups before everybody else. You teach, oh, well, we're all going to run on the line. And if nobody makes it, guess what? We're not running again because we tried.
We're all winners.
Great job, Jimmy. Here's your 45th place trophy.
We're all winners here. 10th place ribbon. Here you go.
All right.
Yeah, again, I think you said, I mean, if you suck when we were growing up and playing, when I played, I had a tryout for basketball teams, tournament teams. If you weren't good enough, you didn't play.
You just didn't make it.
Exactly.
No.
And what would that do? That would make you try harder and harder and harder. If you truly showed you love the game and you weren't that good, you just kept pushing yourself to get to the point where they had to play you.
I'm going to tell you guys a true story. When I was in 5th grade, I sucked at basketball. And I remember my father going up to the coach and he said, hey, let my son get some playing time today. And the coach said, all right, I'm going to see what I can do. Got in there, stunk it up, took me right out. And the kids the following day talked about me so bad, talking about, yeah, your dad had to go beg for you to get some playing time. That pissed me off and made me work even harder because they sit up there and they talked about me. Not only were you taking a shot at me, but it felt like you was taking a shot at my father. So my thing was, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to bust y'all ass. And I ain't got to worry about it. I'm going to talk shit then. But these kids, they don't have that mentality no more.
But your dad probably did that on purpose for a reason.
Just for that.
Yeah, it could be.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
if you go in there and you lose, guess what? You lost. You learned your lesson. You learned how to get better and all that. You learned.
Yeah, you're not going to win a championship every day, LeBron. No. So
no matter how many teams that you go to, you're not going to keep winning.
Yeah. Speaking of LeBron, happy belated birthday, February 17th, to the real GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday to my sister, born on the same day.
Oh, that's a winner right there. Let me tell you.
And my auntie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so my birthday is Brian Urlacher's birthday. I'm happy about that.
Well, we talk about the nil deals with the college guys and the NBA players just making ridiculous amounts of money. You know, also stealing money with the way the NBA is right now. It's the referees.
No boo.
They don't referees.
Whoa. Really?
What? The referees stealing money? Yeah, just the way the game is where they don't really have to. You know what I mean? When you got Steph Curry pulling up from 35 feet, you don't have to worry about.
Oh, you're saying you don't have to really.
I think JB took that as a gambling situation.
No,
The way he reacted.
I'm not giving you Tim Donahue.
You know that we don't.
Hey, Gary, I know you.
So I'm just like, right there.
I can't talk about that, boy. I'm out here out in the open. I'm just saying it's a different game. These NBA referees really don't have to work that hard because when you have guys pulling up from 45 feet. All you're doing is looking at rebound action.
Right.
And most of these guys.
The only thing you got to learn nowadays is how to ignore the people crying in your face, a la LeBron James crying after every single play.
Or Luka.
You are obsessed with
And I'm not dissing just LeBron James on that. And that is just this generation of basketball players.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And I agree with Foulmouth. We need to bring back the big man. We need to bring back the guys like Shaq, and have big man basketball and see. And Wembanyama needs to hit Chipotle about 6 times a day and hit the gym to see how good he is. I mean,
are you
that's not
watching
gonna.
Denver? Like they're bringing back the big man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But Wembanyama is going to look like, to me, he might turn out to be a Sean Bradley. You know what I mean? Just the way how skinny he is, and
good. Yeah, I mean, he might have a little bit better footwork.
If you watch that game, that Rising Stars, it was G League players giving him fits.
They were, Anybody was just going right at him.
He's not ready.
No, he's not.
7'4" guy doesn't have foot speed. You know what I mean? So,
I mean,
he's got reach,
a little bit more if they weigh 115 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The NBA, to me, they market who they want to market. Because I have to agree with Shaq. When everybody talking about Wemby and talking about, we've never seen nothing like that before. We saw that with Bol Bol. A guy who I've been lobbying for the fucking Bulls to get for the longest because this guy at Oregon was a fucking problem before he hurt his foot. He's a 7'3" guy that can sit up there, shoot, dribble, and is athletic. To me, Wembley's not athletic. He's just long.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell when he dunks. What the fuck is that? Well, I mean, he doesn't even have to jump when he dunks. He doesn't have to jump when he dunks. He just
Well, yeah, I should do it. Like,
He can do whatever the hell he wants and still dunk it.
Yeah. Like what's that guy? The European dude is on the Cheez-Its commercials.
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich.
Yeah, he's a funny dude, though.
I mean, you've seen that before. The thing is, the NBA wants to market him.
Yeah.
And then what's the guy name? I forgot his name over there, Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, I knew who you're talking about.
Holmgren.
Holmgren, yeah, Holmgren.
Yeah, Holmgren. He's another guy. That
But
they
he's
were
like
they're talking about, like that.
Yeah, I mean, no, he can benefit
unicorn
from a few cheeseburgers, but he's been playing really well, no?
Revisionist history, fellas. When you go back into the annals of time and you look at your very own Chicago Bulls, we had a 7-foot small forward that started over Scottie Pippen. His name was Brad Sellers. Yep. From Ohio State and Wisconsin. Look it up. Big Ten, I swear to God. 15 to 20 point a game player was pretty good. So we've seen this before. It's not new. It's just like Fal said, who they choose to market today.
Okay, but I want to make sure we are give credit where it's due, though, because
remember when Michael Olowokandi was the flavor of the month? How'd that work out?
I don't even know who you're talking about, if I'm being honest.
So we're gonna X your box out.
Can I put like an X on his screen? That'd be
Remember, I'm like 14 years old, as Frank said earlier.
Yeah, I mean, he went so high because the fool was dunking a medicine ball.
Yeah.
He's 7 foot. Oh, he never played basketball before. He was a swimmer and a soccer player. He only played 2 years at Pacific. And
didn't Patrick Ewing never play?
Anthony Bennett.
I don't think Patrick Ewing ever played basketball until he got to college.
But that's my point. Like, we've seen this before. This spin. They're doing it right now. I promise you. I'm looking on. All I do is watch YouTube. I don't watch regular TV anymore. And the spin that they're putting on Bronny James, the kid is averaging 5 points. He's shooting 35% from the.
I think that heart attack is still having an effect on him.
27 from 3-point land.
He's not an NBA player, but they're marketing him with another kid that's got a $5 million NIL deal. Yeah. Go figure.
But
JB needs the money.
But that's what the NIL deal is. It's
JB, you're the stat man, so correct me if I'm wrong on this, though. But wasn't Patrick Williams averaging like 5-6 points a game, and he went number 4?
Nine.
It was a 9. But he was a defensive powerhouse too. He had a lot.
Isn't he averaging 9 or 10 now?
He's pretty much doing the exact same thing.
You know, when it comes to the nil deals, I think you can. I'm all for it. Where the kids, like I said, they get some money, but I think you should have clauses in those deals where you have to perform to get that money, not just hand it over. Because in NBA your contracts, if you don't have you have certain clauses. If I make the All-Star game, I get an extra, reach around from whoever, from a cheerleader, or I'm just saying is put it in the contract where you have to perform. So, but if you transfer and you're averaging 3.2 points a game, you're not getting your $1 million.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's enough damn basketball talk.
Yeah, that just hurt me. I love the game.
Well, we didn't talk about how shitty the Bulls are.
Shit! We don't need to. Do we want to talk about that?
We don't need
to. It's so depressing. It's so depressing.
That I don't want to be depressed on this motherfucker. So
hey, don't give up hope, guys. Lonzo Ball comes back in 2025.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
you might as well just give him a bionic foot.
Yeah,
right.
Okay, is it knee or is it a foot? I'm sorry, is it knee or is it foot?
That was awesome. How did that just happen?
Knee.
Of course, it's you.
Hey, where's mine, Frank?
What?
Somebody ran past Foulmouth C in the background. Who was that? That's somebody in the beginning. Was that your daughter, Foulmouth?
Yeah, that's my daughter. Yeah.
Okay.
Bad.
He was doing the pre-show thing.
Oh my God! I didn't know you were on.
What's that? It's Tuesday at 8. You knew.
I'm like, damn, Foulmouth's got a stalker.
You know what time it is.
Airtime. Hey, niece.
So there has been a lot of talk. The city, the fans are at civil war with each other right now over this Caleb, Justin Fields situation that we got going on, which is going to be interesting because tomorrow on the St. Brown's podcast, they are going to have Justin Fields on there.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to tune in for that one.
Yeah, I wonder how many views they're gonna really get tomorrow because they're gonna have Justin Fields on there. And I'm interested to see and hear from him, see if he even talks about what's going on now, because there's the whole thing about the social media. He deleted the Bears from his Instagram. People don't know if he really
everybody
was following
fucking
them on
does
Instagram.
that.
Ryan Poles just did that
everybody does that shit. But just because it's Justin Fields, we know he had to throw a fit.
So Z Fords, you the guy we haven't really heard for when it comes down to this particular subject. What do you think about the Bears? What do you think they should do as far as when it comes down to that number one pick? Should they select?
Well, I got to represent the Bears. You know, Dad has season tickets for 42 years, so I've been watching this team since 1982. And here's the thing. If you're going to make the move, because I think what it's going to do is if you keep Justin Fields, you have a brand new offensive coordinator, and you have to learn a brand new system again with this guy who has not executed or excelled in his position of being a pocket passer the way he throws the ball. So you have a new offensive coordinator. I say bring in Caleb Williams where you can mold this guy with the new OC. You've got Justin Fields, that draft capital. You got money in the bank where you need another pass rusher. You got rid of shit soft Jackson. Okay. I mean, get a receiver. Marvin Harrison. Bring the new kid in. Start loading up with talent. You've got the money. You need to spend it. Don't sit on it. You know, it's simple as that. If the defense can play the way they played at the end of the season, and Caleb Williams can mature and start, there's going to be some growing pains next year. If people think the Bears are going to win the division with Caleb Williams as quarterback next year, you need to stop. Yeah.
Let me ask you this too, Z. I want to see what's your opinion on this. What do you think is going to happen? Let's just say hypothetically the Bears sit up there, they draft Caleb Williams. Do you think Eberflus keeps his job if they don't make the playoffs next year?
No.
So he'll be fired.
Right, and I think I started with I wanted when I was watching ESPN and I saw Rex Ryan going for the defensive coordinator job for Dallas. I wanted Rex Ryan to come here to be defensive coordinator.
Did not say that, Frank.
You know what I mean? I don't understand. I don't understand.
I wanted Rex Ryan right with you.
I'm going to give this Williams guy a shot, whoever the hell he is. I really listen.
I've heard bad stuff about him though.
I don't listen to all the noise in the offseason until the draft starts.
I heard
that he bust his ass. So
no. They said he does not bring it all the time.
Well,
you spend money on a free agent safety, get another pass rusher, and don't get Chase Young. I don't want Chase Young. If Jones is available from Kansas City, go get his ass. Period.
That's going to be too much money.
I think you need to spend it. I think you need to spend it.
I can't imagine he leaves. Why? I don't think he would leave.
True. I understand. You got to tag Jalen Johnson and then work out a deal with him down the line. Okay. Now you've got a good secondary, but you need a safety. I would never like the fact that they kept Jackson instead of Enos.
Amos, right?
Amos.
Amos is Brisker, though. We wouldn't have Brisker right now.
Amos is in the box, and Jackson's a free safety, no?
Yeah, we wouldn't have Brisker.
I agree with, by the way. Like at the time, I was upset they did not keep Amos.
I was right. I love Brisker.
Yeah, they just play different positions.
But you know who really surprised me, and I was on the show here at the beginning of the season, was Edwards. He actually improved. TJ Edwards improved towards the end of the year. Now him and Tremaine, and I told you guys that my buddy Mike, that's his nephew, and so I get to see him, and I'm actually going to see him in a couple of weeks over the summer as well. So maybe I'll get him to come on with you guys. But
I would love that.
Yeah, Tremaine and TJ. I like that, but again, that Ngakoue, I'm tired of the Indianapolis North here with bringing everybody from Indy. The Bears are known. The Bears will always be known as defense. Okay,
we got to get out of that. We want defense, but we got to.
Yeah. Well, you got the defense is going to give opportunities for guys, for a young quarterback like Caleb Williams to experience the fact that maybe he can get the ball in the end zone for 30 yards instead of having to go 85. Because your offense sucks, you know what I mean? And you got to stop running the bubble screens. Okay, enough of that shit.
Wait! I still got.
You have to massage them into the game plan, like.
Oh yeah, but they don't massage it; they throw it at the.
No, they force it.
I still got this in here for you, Z. For you, Gary.
We have my meme, the 30-second video I made. Might be. We don't need to play right now.
I mean, come on, guys. 3rd and 2. You have professional football players. You can either run the ball or run a 2-yard fucking out with Cole Kmet. You can't run a play and get 2 to 5 yards for a first down. I don't understand. I don't understand the thinking.
Here's another one for you.
Let me interrupt you right there.
Never call those plays, right? We never call those plays.
Every other team runs those plays against us with impunity and success.
Gary, we finished the
Green
entire
Bay
season running 17 screen passes. We ran 17 screen passes all season.
Well, see, this is the thing about it. What's funny is that, like I said, I was listening to Cap and Jay Hood this morning.
Hey, get on my.
Cap is a fucking dickhead.
Jay Hood's a clown.
I don't give a fuck if he come on. I'll tell him. You're a fucking dickhead. He sits up there and he talks about how some people talk about Luke Getsy because he's one of those people that's trying to push the whole Caleb Williams to come here narrative. So of course everything is going to be a negative towards Justin Fields. So he says that teams that he interviewed, that Luke Getsy interviewed for, gave him an A+. That it really wasn't Luke Getsy's scheme, but it was more so Justin Fields. How the fuck can that even happen when you've had local media, national media talk about this guy's fucking game plan? But you're going to sit up there and tell me that some sources and insiders sit up there and said that he interviewed?
That's some other good
and
ones.
And they gave him an A+ rating?
Some other good ones there.
Hey, can I tell you something, Foul? This is where I say about the hype train and propaganda. If it really, truly wasn't Justin's fault, and Getsy was some offensive, innovative, genius guru type guy, he would still be here.
Like Matt Nagy?
Exactly. I agree with that.
Like
why did he get fired?
Justin, they would have.
It was Justin's got to take some fault in it.
He does, and we broke that down.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
But my thing is this, and I say it all the time, fellas: trust and believe. When you have these coaches, I'll be the only one to die on this sword, like a Mike Shanahan, whose system is proven to work for him. Everybody that comes from the Shanahan tree isn't always successful. Same thing with the McVay. Something about what he does and blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Andy Reid. Something that, I mean, look at all of Bill Belichick's disciples. None of them.
Those are spies. That's different.
But my point is, just because he came from this tree of, by the way, the whole Shanahan tree is garbage because guess what? He can't win the big game either. So the hell with him too.
But Mike won the big game.
That's his daddy.
No, but you were talking. You said Mike.
I'm talking about Kyle.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then. Okay.
But my point is this: when you have players that are sitting up there lobbying, not only on social media but in national media, for this kid to stay here, that speaks volumes to me. Because all they want to do is win and get paid. They really don't care because they know it's a business. People come in and out. But they're looking at dude like, you want Justin to throw a screen on 4th and goal, but we got a whole fullback and a Marshawn Lynch type running back who breaks tackles, but you don't want to give them the ball?
Okay,
Those players start to lose confidence, not just in the system, but your ability to call plays.
3rd and 1. Let's do a shotgun.
No, let's do the Andy
where
Reid
delayed
Travis
handoffs.
Kelce. We ain't got Travis Kelce on the team, goddammit.
Yeah.
You don't need Travis Kelce for a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 5.
No,
you put Blasingame in the game and you give it to your fucking running back and you plow it up the middle.
Or no.
We don't do plays like that.
Hey,
and Patrick Mahomes would suck with the Bears here. If we granted Patrick
Mahomes,
times. It would suck.
Put up that last graphic. Which
one?
I want Gary to see the play pattern.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, Gary, check this out.
What the fuck is that?
You got double corners from both slot, from the tight end and the slot, right?
Yeah.
You see that yellow whip route?
Yep.
That's Kari Blasingame, the fullback.
Who doesn't catch balls, period.
My point is, the sheer fact as a head man and a GM, if my coordinator was calling that bullshit, hey, man, you got to go.
If I'm the quarterback on blasting game, I'd be like, he's not throwing to him, and he's going to go sit there and grab it and go get an interception, which they probably happened. So
no, what happened is he threw it to blasting game, and it was incomplete, and that was the end of the drive.
To answer your question, Fal, if this is the whole maniacal genius, Antonio Pierce won't have a job long. Sorry to say it.
Now that you said that, JB, when I said about drafting Caleb and getting rid of Justin, I think maybe now I'm thinking, okay, if you keep Justin, you got that number 1 draft pick for more
Gary,
capital.
don't change it because I wanted to come at you before you changed your mind.
Oh, you want to change his mind? Well, you could come at me still, but I'm saying as I'm listening to JB, I'm thinking, okay, say we keep Justin Fields.
I agree with JB. That's how I feel.
Now we've got the number 1 draft pick where we can get a shit ton of, you know what I mean? And here's the thing. I haven't seen a quarterback. Justin Fields is much more athletic than Patrick Mahomes as a runner. Yeah. Okay. But again, he hasn't really proven himself as a pocket passing quarterback.
That's true.
And so my question is, who is dealing with him in the offseason? Like, how about talk to Joe Montana or Dan Marino?
We talked with Eric Kramer about that exact same
I heard
thing.
Kurt Warner
why
reached
can't
out.
we get somebody in there to do that?
I heard Kurt Warner, him and Kurt Warner was supposed to be reaching out to each other.
Because there's some throws that if he would have made, let me tell you something. I mean, nobody thought the Bears were going to do shit this year. But you look at those games, they should have beat Denver. They should have beat Minnesota. You get 2 or 3 of those wins, the Bears are actually in the playoffs.
And that's my point, Gary. Do you feel, and this is a real question to everybody, because I think when you listen to local and not so much national, because it's really weird that the national media is like split 50-50, but local media is like, get rid of them. We know, barring some minor mishaps, do we all on this panel feel that we can win some football games with Justin Fields or because of Justin Fields?
Both.
Right? Yeah. So we know we can at least
you don't easy. You're 14.
But listen, we can at least win or compete with Justin, especially presently constructed, right? Remember, just last year, 7 games lost by 1 score or less.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what we can win with Caleb Williams, and are we really willing to take that risk now?
Now, what's his contract like, JB?
He's got 2 more years regardless.
He's under contract next year anyway, so the cap hit is not going to hurt them. Mind you, the salary cap goes up another $25 million next year. Yeah. So, money is not an issue, and that's why I said I hate when people say local media and national, well, they have a chance to reset the market. That's just some bargain basement shit that you all heard from Field Yates or something.
I never got to play my video on that.
When you got all this money, you just cut Cody, you just cut Bojack. That's another what, Chris? Another 20 mil?
21 mil.
21 mil. So now you got even more. So what are we talking about? The thing that I'm looking at is this. You said it. You hit the nail on the head, Gary. You get a shitload of picks. Guess what you can get? You can get a Marvin Harrison Jr. because the only way the Bears don't get
generational receiver to go along with DJ
is if they don't want Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what else? You can get a Joe O. You know what else? You can get a Jared Verse. You can get a Kalen Bullock. You can get a Cedric Van Pran.
Who are the rushers? Who are the end rushers free agents this year? Besides Jones?
I like Jared Verse. I like the kid from Penn State.
Is he free agent or draft?
His name is Chop something.
No, JB, he asked about free agents. He asked about free agents. And I like Danielle Hunter.
I like Danielle Hunter.
That guy.
Danielle Hunter actually said that he would come.
I don't care if he's 31. I only want him for 3 years.
He's still productive.
He plays the run and he gets after it. So yeah.
All right, I changed my mind. I'm going to keep if Fields is under contract already. Still, I'm going to change my mind. I think that if you bring Caleb Williams in with this new, it's still going to be growing pains with a brand new quarterback of 2 to 3 years.
It's going to be even more growing pains because you've never seen the NFL yet.
I want to flip it over to me now on this.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
All right, go ahead, Frank.
So this is where I go with it. And I'm just going off of what you were saying at first when drafting Caleb, getting rid of Justin. And honestly, the only reason I would even consider that a little bit is to reset the clock, but I don't agree with that bullshit. when you're looking at Caleb Williams, and I know Easy's going to roll his eyes with me in this, and I don't care. He is a soft ass little marshmallow. Okay, his feelings will get hurt here in Chicago. He will not be able to hold off with the Chicago media. He to the point. Does he talented? Absolutely, he has so much talent. He has so much skill. He possibly can be something. But if I have to keep hearing this whole, Patrick Mahomes just won the fucking Super Bowl again, why wouldn't we draft? He's not Patrick Mahomes. He will never be Patrick
Merrill
Mahomes.
Hodge said that.
Stop comparing people to Patrick.
Yes, confirmation bias,
Mahomes.
of course.
All right. Caleb Williams, I, in my opinion, and I'm sorry to say it, I don't think he's a day one starter. He's not. He's not a day one starter. He is somebody who needs work. He does not have good footwork. He backpedals from pressure. He gets scared from pressure.
Hey, Frank.
Not a fan. And when you're actually going to talk about what you can get back in return for that, and with this Cliff Kingsbury thing, that thing just it made my day with Cliff Kingsbury going to Washington because he wants Caleb Williams.
Oh, something's coming.
Yes, and Magic Johnson brought him here for that.
Well, that's the reason why. By hiring Cliff Kingsbury, they showed their hand in saying, we want to trade up.
But they don't mean the Bears have to. But Easy, listen to what you just said. Repeat what you just said.
That Washington showed their hand.
Prior to that, when I spoke about the angst and why he's not Caleb, why Caleb Williams is not Patrick Mahomes.
What did I say? I said, what did I say about that?
No, I'm asking you to repeat because I didn't hear.
Oh, that Caleb Williams. Yeah, no one's Patrick Mahomes. Football is easy for Patrick Mahomes. It's not easy for anyone else. Like Patrick Mahomes, he's the outlier. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are the ultimate outlier. When we talk about quarterbacks, we can't compare anyone to them because they're kind of in their own category at that point. And that's how I feel about Patrick. Like, I've never seen anyone just have such an easy time.
I'm not denying that.
Well, is it because of his skill or is it because of the system that they're in?
I think the system
doesn't matter the reason, Z4. It doesn't matter the reason. Like, what matters is he's gotten to that level. Like, he's gotten there.
He's got to that level because of
to do with it.
Listen to me. That's exactly your argument for Golden State. That's Golden State is Patrick Mahomes. Like he's one of one.
Oh no, I've been saying this. No, Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes are very similar.
That's very similar. Of one, bro. The problem is this: every time somebody throws an off, how many times have we seen? And I'm not being funny. Kyler Murray do some magical skate dipsy do 40-yard bullet pass on the sideline to Christian Kirk 2 years ago, and we're like, oh my god, blah blah blah. Ain't nobody calling him Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
But players, good football players make plays. Off-platform throws happen. I've seen Bailey Zappi do it. He's not Patrick Mahomes. So stop calling this kid Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not calling him Patrick Mahomes.
What we do hope is that he's an adequate enough quarterback just in case we get him. But my thing is this. If you're talking about, like we spoke earlier, fellas, the team, you do more when you're able to get 5 players that will fill 5 holes of need. You know what we don't need? We don't need a quarterback as number one because we have other glaring weaknesses. Do you all realize even after all that so-called great Eberflus defensive coordinating job he did, we still were second to last in sacks with 30? Montez Sweat came and did what he did. We are still second to last. Only person lower than us is the Panthers at 21. Hey, man, to me, that's saying no pressure, no chance.
21? Jesus, that's horrible.
No, we had 20 before we got Sweat. Like, we were not in a good position.
Although they did start getting after the court. Yes, you're right. You're right. You want more sacks. You want more sacks.
More pressure, yes. We were not finishing the deal because when they started chipping, going towards Sweat's side, thank God for Andrew Billings and Justin Jones did a little bit. Yannick Ngakoue, screw him. He got hurt. Get him.
I'll take pressures. I'll take pressures all day if you can get to the quarterback.
I will. But here's the thing: everybody adjusts. So now they're going to purposely push the line towards Sweat. Now you need Javon Dexter to step up. You know what I'm saying? Now you need for other guys. But if you bring in a Daniil Hunter or Jared Verse or somebody like that, now you can't get both of them.
Well, you're screwed if that's the case.
Yeah, no. Who are you blocking?
Go ahead, Easy.
Just like when you had Akeem Hicks, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. Akeem
You
Hicks
can't get all of them.
Akeem Hicks. First of all, I still don't understand how Akeem Hicks went to Regina, like of all school. Like I don't know how. No, like Alabama really didn't want like a 6'6", like or however many 340-pound monster. Like I don't understand how he wasn't like the best player in the SEC forever. But that's a whole other conversation. Really, okay. My comp for Caleb Williams, and this is going to be controversial, and I know I'm going to get some heat for saying this, so I'm going to duck once I say it. But I don't think he's like Mahomes. The one he reminds me of more is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Caleb Williams reminds you of Aaron Rodgers?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just supremely talented, Pac-12 player.
Needs meditation time. So
and very, very controversial. Like, the big thing is like he's polarizing. Can he be coached?
Black box and focus.
Yeah, no, it's like, and just very much a polarizing figure with just unbelievable talent. That's my comp for him. So if you want to deal with that, what's that?
But
what?
Okay, so
Baker Mayfield.
That's not fair, because then with that type of logic and that type of scouting, revisionist history, right? A couple of us on this panel stated that we would have wanted that we felt that CJ Stroud was a better quarterback than Bryce Young. But we don't know now. We just some average Joes, right?
Sure.
And you saw Bryce Young struggled mightily.
That's a terrible organization, but yes, you got to.
They have nothing.
Hey, JP, it's this organization.
That's what I was going to say. It's this organization ain't that far away. We're not.
It's this organization with the offensive corners that keep coming in.
D-Force, wait, D-Force, did you see the play? Did you see the play?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do it again.
I'm gonna play it again just because you got to see it. Look at this catch.
Hey, we laugh at the Panthers, but guess what? The Bears have been to 2 Super Bowls in 100 years. Carolina only been around for 30 years. They've been to 2.
Okay, but I'm saying since they've sold their team to the new owner, they have absolutely no identity. That's like I'm talking about recent history.
Easy. What is our identity? Last year we made a pocket quarterback, a running quarterback for the first time in his life.
Yeah. Would you rather be the Bears
or vice versa? Vice versa. He was running the year before, and now he's a pocket quarterback.
No, that's what I mean. The year before, right? That's what I mean.
You develop a horrible system.
We turned a pocket passing quarterback into a runner.
It's this organization. The McCaskey's got to go. Okay.
Yes.
Virginia's got to go. She's got to take the forever sleep and go. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the McCaskeys. Reinsdorf needs to fucking go. McCaskey needs to go. Okay, it's the ownership. It starts with the ownership. You're looking at a team, and I'm not trying to be racial, but you're looking at a team that finally drafted a black quarterback. The last time they did that, and I've said this before, was Vince Evans in 1977. Okay,
Jesus.
So you had Cordell Stewart for a cup of coffee, big fucking deal. You had another clown who came in from Washington. I forgot his name.
Jason Campbell.
Jason Campbell.
Yeah.
Okay. This organization is look at the offensive coordinators. I'm sorry, Jay Cutler. I'm a big Jay Cutler fan. Jay Cutler went through 6 fucking offensive coordinators.
Can't expect somebody
that's
to.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like when we get.
Oh, but Jay Cutler, he's polarizing, just like you talk about Caleb Williams. So let me tell you something. Again, Jim McMahon was a bigger jagoff than Jay Cutler, but because he won a Super Bowl,
we get
Okay,
for the record,
offensive line. And
for the record. Polarizing doesn't bother me. Like I think your quarterback should be polarizing and should have like that edge
polarize a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been saying about Justin all year. Is like I haven't seen that edge from him, and I want to see that. Like I want to see him be like, no, I'm not running that play. I'm going to do the play that I know is going to work.
That's the thing. He's not wired like that.
I know.
No, I know, but
a little bit wiring like that.
And then we get offensive
conversation.
And then we get offensive coordinators in this organization that are 5 years past their fucking prime. Mike Martz. He wasn't the greatest show on turf with the Bears anymore. Okay. You had Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams goes on the media and tells us that Jay Cutler was the worst quarterback he ever played for because of whatever. Okay, whatever, dude.
Brandon Marshall.
He sent you to the Pro Bowl, so he couldn't have been that bad.
Let me ask you guys this: Did anyone else see the C.J. Stroud interview when they asked him about Justin Fields?
He said he's not a running back.
No, get this. I have a little short.
Not a running back. That's for
Check
sure.
this out.
The Rams, I don't know. Who is the first pick?
Bears.
The Bears have the first
You
pick.
think they're going to keep Justin?
They should if they're smart, but
It's the Bears.
You said it, not me. Like I always say, the eye in the sky don't lie. So you watch the film, you put on the tape, even from college, like you can't play at Ohio State and under Coach Day, who's a world-renowned offensive coordinator, play caller. His offense is pretty deep when it comes to being knowledgeable. You have to know everything. I even have more responsibilities in college than I do now in this offense, in this scheme. So
that's the shit I'm talking about. And where did C.J. Stroud go? To Houston, who built an offense exactly like that, while we are building Justin in a shitty offense like we did with Luke Getsy.
I love the line when he says, just real quick, I love the line where he's like, will they keep Justin Fields? Yeah, they will if they're smart, but they're just implying like, yeah, you know what the Bears will do.
And I would love to have Jerry Jones as the owner here. I would love to have Jerry Jones as the owner of the Bears.
I don't know about.
I might take him over the McCaskies. I won't deny that. But.
Well, I'll take anybody over the McCaskies. Who would you pick over? Who would you not pick over the McCaskies?
What he got to do to win. That's
exactly
what Jerry gonna do.
Right.
Jerry gonna play Madden with the salary
franchise tag off. Yeah, with the tag off.
Well,
like I said, I wanted John Gruden as a head coach. I want Rex Ryan here. I want
John Gruden.
Bring back Lovie Smith. Have somebody with fire here. Fuck the hits principle. The hits principle is spells SHIT. Can't tackle.
It's also it's just the hits principle is such bullshit because that's what football is. Like, yeah, of course you want to hit hard. You want to play.
We learned that in fourth grade in Pop Warner, man. That's always been that. That ain't nothing new. Again, that's what I'm saying. How do they interview these guys? Like, what is the criteria? Are you looking for buzzwords? Are you looking for he's got a nice Armani suit? Like, what are you looking for?
No, it's who gives the best foot massage to Virginia to put her to sleep at night.
That's Getsy and how he got the job from Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, here's the thing, JB and guys, this is what I'm going to say. I think that if the Bears have a stellar defense, 1, 2, 3 in the league in every category, I think that would make Justin's job a hell of a lot easier and maybe allow him to be successful. Because I think there's just too much pressure because the defense sucks, so they get marched down the field, score a touchdown, and then the offense is 3 and out, and then the defense gives up another, and it's back and forth. I think that maybe you keep Justin Fields, you trade the number 1 draft pick, get a couple more draft picks, maybe get Marvin Harrison, correct?
Correct.
Spend some money on Danielle Hunter from Minnesota, and then maybe get another rusher, and a safety. And I think you're good to go.
And then you trade that big at that point round pack, and you get a center.
And if you don't win, get another center. Exactly. Yeah.
At that point,
again, we're bringing these Green Bay rejects back. What's his name? Lucas Patrick. All these Green Bay rejects are coming here. Everybody's like, it's not working. It's not working.
Well, I think at that point,
Aaron Rodgers really was.
If you have Danielle Hunter and a Montez Sweat, then you could get like a pass rusher 3rd or 4th round, and you have someone who could rotate with them, with high upside. And then, that's when you get you maximize the utility of that kind of pick.
Those two guys this year were great on the line. Was it Dexter and who else was it?
Yeah. No, I thought especially as the season went on.
Get enough playing time.
Billings, Justin Jones, all of them, they really picked up. But also I want to talk about something Z4 said earlier, which is talking about Edwards and Edmonds. Y'all notice how much worse the Niners defense in the Super Bowl got once Dre Greenlaw went down?
Oh, yeah.
That's how important Edwards is to this defense. And I think that it's not exactly like Lance Briggs isn't the perfect comparison, but like what he can do in coverage, not necessarily in terms of covering the guy, but like immediately getting on him, hitting him, like that is so huge. So it's like I feel like there's this narrative in the NFL that linebackers aren't as important as they used to be. I think that's kind of bullshit because I think that you see just the effect of having such a good linebacker, and I do like the direction the defense is heading in. So.
And I'd like to see the defense play man-to-man, too. You know what I mean? How about chucking guys on the line and just lock down and play man-to-man? Because the defenses do it to us.
Yeah, I don't see why they don't do that against the Packers because they don't have receivers like that.
Yeah. The Packers locked us down.
They have a good coach.
They do have
They have a great coach.
They have a great coach, but here,
and they know what's coming from Legetti. So,
but here we go again, talking about simplicity. Yeah. Stop trying to be the smartest guy in the room all the damn time. You have an adequate quarterback that people are calling for. Average to above average, he's somewhere in between. But if you bring in Caleb, I'm sorry what everybody else feels about him. Shane Waldron has been successful because Geno Smith had weapons. He had Kenneth Walker, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jimba, DK Metcalf. What's the tight end? Noah Fant. Like what he had over there, we've got one of those in DJ. One.
I like Cole Kmet too, but they got to stop putting him blocking.
I'm not even talking about Cole Kmet in a bad situation, but if you notice, didn't use the tight end in abundance. They did. He was featured in certain senses, but he wasn't used abundantly.
Well, to talk about what Z,
go ahead.
Talk about what Z Force was saying with the whole Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, he has talent. As far as the thrower, he is talented. A lot of the problems that he has is the same thing that people saying that Justin Fields has.
He holds the ball
holding
longer.
on to the ball. Not 1-2, looking at your 1-2, and then you gone. You know, he also his footwork is not too good.
I don't give a shit about.
So why would you?
I give a shit about footwork.
Why would you draft a guy that just like the guy that you got, but he's slower, he's shorter, and he's less athletic?
Guess who had a better pocket passing percentage too in college?
And then Z, you were talking about if they draft him, and this is the thing, it will be unfair pressure on Caleb Williams because if you draft him, they're looking for you to take them to the playoffs next year. Because if you don't take them to the playoffs next year, guess what? Your head coach is fired.
Yep.
So now you're gonna have the national media on your ass talking about, oh, well, this is what the Bears do. They sit up there, they draft a quarterback, they fire the other quarterback. Fire the other coach. They bring in another coach that wasn't his guy. They sit up there, get rid of the quarterback again. They fire the coach. They draft another quarterback because that's what they would have did. They would have sat up there and drafted Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is going to be the new coaches. He's not going to be the new coaches guy. Just like when Justin Fields came in, he was goddamn Matt Nagy's guy. He's not fucking Eberflus's guy. Just like Trubisky. Trubisky came in under John Fox. He was not Matt Nagy's guy.
I don't think he's anyone's guy.
The same fucking cycle.
It's just the guy.
So this is what's going to happen. Belichick's going to get hired as a special consultant, and then just like the Blackhawks when they brought Quenneville in and fired Savard, the Bears are going to win 3 Super Bowls in 5 years because Belichick will be the coach for the Bears. How about that?
I would sign up for that right now, but I don't think they're smart enough to do that because
here's the other thing. They don't take coaches like that.
But here's the other glaring thing.
Very good.
The Bears suck next year with Caleb. Eberflus is gone. When they bring in the new head man,
Kingsbury.
Well, no. Doesn't that head man want his OC and DC too? So now we basically made Waldron a lame duck coach as well.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I was actually thinking about that. So I think they're going to go with Justin this year, right? So they're going to keep Justin. You got 1 year to do it.
It would make the most sense. And then
if they suck, then they're going to fire everybody. But I would keep Justin then and bring somebody new in who's going to work with this kid.
That's a good comment. Did you see Bullet's comment right there, Z-Force?
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Bullet.
So, I mean, I
like him, but you're bringing unfair pressure on this kid. He has to sit up there and win because this is the thing. If they draft Caleb Williams, whatever quarterback the Bears have, I'm still going to be a fan. It doesn't matter. I have nothing personal against Caleb Williams or anything. But the thing is this. If you come in here, we don't want to hear shit about being a rookie, none of that. Because this is the thing. This team is ready to go to the fucking playoffs this year coming up. They're ready to go to the fucking playoffs. If you can't lead them to the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be talk about Caleb Williams. And then also look at it. If you draft him, now you got to spend more money in free agency. Because what you going to do? He needs another wide receiver. So
And
are you
you're
going to
going
sit up
to
there and
lose
spend 20-some million on Higgins?
Unless you're going to use that number 9 for the best wide receiver
Mike
available
Evans.
at 9, but then you're going
Who's
to go
got number 2? Is that Carolina?
Well, okay,
Carolina
look.
number 2?
That's
Carolina
if they're available.
think-
And then you're
Yeah,
talking about bringing in DeLeo Hunter too. So you look at it. Higgins gonna cost you $20 million. If you're trying to get Hunter on the edge, that's gonna
about
cost you $20 million.
22.
You 40 already in, and that's without sitting up there extending Jalen Johnson. He gonna want 20. So now you 60. Now you ain't really got shit.
Well, you gotta put more front money into the bonus to make it into the bonus
Right.
money to make the numbers
But
work.
still, you look at all the unnecessary money that you don't have to fucking spend.
And that's what we're agreeing. Like what Bullis just said, he's agreeing with you, Foul. Support the uniform, not the player. But it makes sense to support the player in this because you can put more around said player.
Now, how many years is this organization
Well, that's
going to
still
rebuild?
supporting the uniform.
Yeah.
That's
for
supporting the
years
uniform.
this organization
Yeah.
going to look for a quarterback.
Again, Gary, you're right. Until the old lady says goodbye.
Your
Yeah,
president came on.
everybody thinks it's Warner and all these other guys and George. It's the old lady. She's sitting there pulling the strings.
Well, I don't think the old lady doing shit. She 101 years old.
She knows what she's
no,
doing.
they say she's super lucid. Like she's spot on.
I think it's just because we have.
I don't like the way he walks. Don't draft him. It's
I remember a really old movie where they
always
sang
joke
"Bring
around
Dong,
about
the
this
witch is
with-
dead."
We always joke around about this with Virginia. It's like you have all of that like football blood in you, and you marry fucking nerds that know nothing about the game of freaking football, and they had offspring kids who are nerds. Who
Georgie
know nothing
Porgy
about
pudding
the game
pie.
of football. Really?
Are you
Come
saying
on.
the solution is for one? Are you saying the solution is for one of us to go to Hallis Hall and seduce Virginia?
If that has to
Hell
happen
no.
easy, go for it, dude.
Well,
I'll
easy.
take
You
one.
know what?
I'll take one for the team.
Take one
boy.
for the team and the
I'll take one for
organization.
the team.
Oh.
But I'm bringing back
All
the
you
white
takes
on
is
white
great.
uniform.
I want proof, Easy. I want panties. I
All
want
I'm saying
panties.
is this.
Challenge accepted, baby. You know
We
I
got
can-
some we got some issues brewing because last I heard the Kevin Warren interview, he was a big Justin Fields supporter.
I saw that, yeah.
That's going to kind of put the houses divided because we don't know what Poles is looking for and we don't know what ownership wants.
Mm-hmm.
And ownership, for sure, we know has made more mistakes on the player and coaching side than any organization ever.
We know what the fans want.
If this is the time to get it right, then it's got to be let the football people that are in play do their job.
And Z Force, I want you to chime in on that too, because I know we always talk about this, and I feel more comfortable with this regime in a Poles and a Kevin Warren, where I feel better that I do feel like they're the ones making the call.
The only reason why I agree with you there and I feel good is because Poles is coming from Kansas City.
Yeah,
You know,
and Kevin Warren, a big type football guy. He knows
the Hunt family and Andy Reid. I mean, Andy Reid is a proven winner. You know, he started it off in Philadelphia and he came over to Kansas City. And again, you know, when we talk about Patrick Mahomes, if the Bears would have drafted Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitch Trubisky, we'd still be saying the same shit. We wouldn't be winning nothing.
No, I can't agree with that. I think. Look,
are you kidding me with the offensive line and the coordinator? No way.
Look,
No.
I don't think-
Hold on. The difference is that coordinator, remember, Alex Smith was still the quarterback when Nagy got the Bears job. He left and went to the Bears. That was 2018.
Hey, Dad.
Patrick. Oh, hey, Mr. Z. Patrick Mahomes, he was just that special person. And you had Andy Reid with him. See, Patrick could have been special, but because we didn't have an Andy Reid like,
that's what I'm talking
that
about.
may not have came out of him.
Look,
The same thing about Brady. Do you think about that with Brady? If Brady didn't have Belichick, would Brady have 6 Super Bowls?
We don't.
No, I'm not saying 6 Super Bowls, but I still
Drew
think
Bledsoe
You don't
don't
think
get hurt.
Brady is
I
a
don't
GOAT
even know who
without
Tom Brady is.
I'm just saying, would Patrick Mahomes would have still been a good quarterback, very good. He wouldn't have been great. Like he wouldn't have won all these Super Bowls, but he'd still be like again, like the way football just comes so naturally to him, much more so than it did for Mitch Trubisky. Like
Right.
I do think, it's fair to say. I think it's fair to say he wouldn't be as good, but I don't think it's fair to say he wouldn't be good because the talent discrepancy between he and Trubisky is massive. It's just massive. So
okay, I
that's
agree with
kind
it. But he'd be running for his life every damn
He
snap.
would. Yeah. He wouldn't be as comfortable as he is.
Exactly.
Now. He is so much more
Exactly.
comfortable.
That's fair.
And he probably would be getting hurt.
Like how you said, Easy, when football comes to him, he just looks so relaxed when he has the football in his hand, no matter.
But like the thing is, and
that
JB
would not happen if you were in a Bears uniform. You would not have been.
Sure, but JB likes to bring up that Bucs Super Bowl a lot when talking about Mahomes and how he was running for his life, which is true. But we have to remember he's improved so much since then, which he might not have had the opportunity to do so in Chicago. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, you also got to look at it like this too. When you talking about Patrick Mahomes, as someone said, you're talking about Andy Reid. Matt Nagy came over here and he started talking about the whys. And then he started. We just got a coordinator that all this fucking wanted to do was throw screens. Nagy wanted to throw fucking curls all goddamn day, right there where the fucking defender is. So you don't want to sit up there and say that. Kevin Warren came out and he said that Justin Fields is a rare talent, and he's right. You got all these people that want to sit up there and say his record is 10-28. Well, they were trying to lose last year. You're gonna blame that on him when he's got fucking me at wide receiver last year? Then you want to sit up there and talk about, he didn't even pass for 3,000 yards. He missed 4 games, fucker.
Mm-hmm.
If he sits up and plays the 4 games, he gets over 3,000 yards easily. And not only that, he got 9 interceptions, 3 on fucking Hail Marys.
That is true.
So
I think it's important to contextualize those numbers for sure. But remember.
What you mean? You can because off of his average.
Paul, that was a statement that agreed with you. I'm saying yes, like those interceptions. Yeah, he threw that one that hit John L. Mooney in the belly button, and then one at the end of the one that was dropped at the end of the half in the Browns game. Like, yeah, absolutely. Take all numbers with a grain of salt. However, you have to remember a lot of why he got injured, especially this season, is because he held the ball too long on a play where he put it downfield and gotten rid of it. And I think that's one of the concerns that I have about Justin is his health, not because he runs around, but because he holds on to the ball forever. And if we don't get the line right, which I think we should be able to, that is a recipe for disaster.
So tell me this. Caleb Williams holds the ball longer than he does. So why bring in a guy that's slower, smaller, and less athletic than him?
And holds the ball longer.
Yeah,
everything that you say about Justin is the opposite. But here's the thing, Easy.
Well, it's because he's got the quickest release. Look, and again,
that release don't mean shit.
Justin has
the NFL. The NFL is not Pac-12 fucking defense. He is not going to be able to run in fucking circles and fucking juke guys out the way. These are some big ass, fast fucking dudes. They will knock him on his little ass. And then another thing, do we know if this motherfucker can play in Chicago with this weather? He's been playing in fucking Oklahoma and USC.
Hey,
sunshine and rainbows.
Let me tell you,
know this motherfucker can come over here and play in this goddamn.
I can totally agree with because they're going to come after his ass if in the beginning of the season they're just going to blitz his ass.
They're going to come after him because
just like they've been doing. Look, like they've been doing against Justin.
But I think Justin now has seen enough in the NFC North at least to know probably what's coming. You know what I mean?
Look, I would hope so, man. I'd hope so.
He sees 3 teams throughout the year that have pretty good defenses. One of them is blitz happy.
Yeah.
The other one is just sending everybody in waves, and the other one is the gambling man.
I mean, look at how they played against Detroit. You know what I mean? Detroit was supposed to roll over them, and the Bears held their own. And that's what I'm talking about with the defense.
For an hour and 57 minutes, we outplayed Detroit this year.
Exactly. Well, but what I'm saying is, if that's what I'm saying with the defense, getting that pass rush and getting a safety and locking down those corners and having a secondary that inspire, maybe we could think about 2006, the last time we went to the Super Bowl, or even 2010 when they should have won that game against Green Bay, if it wasn't for that asshole Conti. So
Conti wasn't on the team then, but you're conflating 2 games. But I know what you're saying.
My high school coach told me.
Conti was 2013.
Was that the
That was
NFC
the
championship?
divisional.
That was the Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
That was the Jay Cutler.
No, that was when Jay Cutler got hurt, and everyone said that he quit on the team.
No. Who Cobb scored the touchdown to beat him in the fourth quarter.
That was 2013. That Week 17 finale.
That's what I mean. That one. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
That was But then 2010 was the NFC Championship.
Right.
Where
I meant 2013.
Right. Yeah, we should have won that fucking game too.
Easy. Your dad took my thunder. You're talking about how Caleb's release is so quick. Then why does he hold the ball so long? Then you say about Justin, guess what? A good quarterback coach can get that out of you.
That's where I was going.
Andrew Ginocchio should have never had a job, man. He should have been washing jock straps. That's it.
And another thing, my high school coach said this. You can teach a motherfucker how to read zones. You can teach a motherfucker how to throw the ball. You can teach a motherfucker how to play football. You know what you can't teach? God-given ability. You can't teach a motherfucker to be 6'3". You can't teach a motherfucker to run a 4.3. You can't teach a motherfucker to have a strong-ass arm. And you can't teach a motherfucker to be 230 pounds.
That's exactly what Eric Kramer said too. Well said, Foul. And this is the one thing easy where I'm gonna say the holding onto the ball for Justin too long, and I do agree he does. But how do you solve that problem?
Design rollouts and get him out of the pocket. Then he can hold the ball.
That's one. But then the other is, how about 3-step drops and fucking slant plays?
Well, it works against our defense. I don't know why we can't do it.
Can I add one thing about that?
Can
I add one more thing? Get a good left tackle and a good center. That'll help.
That'll help as well.
Well, no, we got a good running game too. Our running backs, I like our running backs. I like Dante Foreman a lot.
I like Foreman.
I like Foreman a lot too, but I like. But I want a matchup nightmare as a running back. Would love
Saquon Barkley on this team.
But also, I do think that at number 9, and I hope we could all agree on this one. At number 9, regardless of who they go with at quarterback, I think that they should absolutely invest in that left tackle position, whether it's Fashanu. I doubt Alt gets past the Titans.
I don't know if Fashanu or Alt get the 9. That's what I'm worried about.
I think Fashanu will. I don't think Alt will. Alt won't get past the Titans, but Fashanu.
And that's fine. I'll take him at 9. Absolutely.
Okay, so do you take your first round pick, and since you want to, maybe Washington's interested, give it to Washington.
He wants Caleb.
Okay, so he takes Caleb. What I'm saying is that pick Marvin Harrison. What number is Marvin Harrison?
Can you repeat your question? Frank was harassing me.
Get him, Grogu. Yeah, baby. Grogu's got that shit.
Washington wants Caleb Williams, right? What are they drafting Washington? What number?
2.
They're number 2.
Which we can get Marvin Harrison Jr. at 2.
That's what I'm saying. So you get Marvin Harrison and trade that number 1 pick.
Well, yeah, that's that. That's what I would do. Well,
because I don't want to give out my, and then people be running with it like it's theirs.
JB, I'm not going to steal your thunder because I disagree with your thunder.
Go ahead, JB.
Because I don't think it will work.
This is on the draft show.
Grogu, let me have the floor.
Grogu's just getting pissed. Grogu's just slapping the shit out of you with his
Listen, you don't have to be overly greedy. That's the thing.
Well, but I'm going to get greedy if Daron Payne's in the deal. I'm sorry.
You're going to put yourself in a situation where people are not going to want to deal with you. I don't need 3 first-round picks from Washington. I don't.
Right.
I need this year's, next year's, and this year's second. That's it. Because you know what? When I go talk to the Patriots and I say, hey, Caleb's gone. Who you want? Jaden Daniels or Drake May? I think I might like Jaden Daniels.
If you pull off 2 trades,
you know what you can do?
Third, that's
you
just
can trade down again
for president.
There you go. Get their first pick and another pick, maybe a player.
Are you talking about free agent wide receivers as well?
No, well, that's the thing.
No, he's talking about trading for New England at 3 as well.
Because
I don't think they're going to trade.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. When you listen to the media and they say, "Oh, you got to get 3 first-round picks and a second this year and a third next year, and the ball boy and 2 Rolls Royces and season tickets to it," you don't need all that, because what you're doing is you're posturing yourself so that you can get the positions of need. Because guess what you do, fellas? When you got them 2 extra first-round picks next year, somebody gonna call you and be like, "Hey, man, what can I trade up?" And you know what you can do? You can say, "Hey, man, maybe I'll trade back up from 9 to 4. Now I got Marvin Harrison Jr. and Joe Alt. Look at there. And I did the calculations. It was accepted and approved.
But on what? On that mock draft simulator website?
Yeah. I actually agree with Easy on this one. Alt's not getting past Tennessee.
Ooh, shocking.
Why would he go past Tennessee if you picking them at 4?
Are there any wide receiver free agents?
Frank, what JB is saying is that the Bears are going to somehow end up with the 3 and 4 pick because they trade. So, okay, here's how it works. We trade, in JB's mind, we trade 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3, and then with the haul that we get for those, we trade 9 down to 4 with
Back
the
up to 4.
We trade up to 4, sure. And then we have 3 and 4, which I don't think is actually possible because I doubt New England makes that deal.
Possible, but
I guess it's possible, sure.
Because guess what? Jared Mayo already said Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi ain't his quarterback.
Yeah, so he's got a lot to choose from. I mean,
but for us to get 3 and 4, I just go with the whole, let me see, where is there?
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
I got to take a shot.
Oh, I don't. I've never done a drug in my life.
Me neither. I'm proud of that.
Go ahead, Z.
Not even Tampa Bay. Mike Evans from Tampa Bay.
Well,
I don't think you want to come here. I got him going to Baltimore.
He wants to stay in warm weather. He doesn't.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with him too. Fal kind of confused me on that. But to answer your question though, like if we do end up trading that number 1 pick and letting Caleb go to Washington, I want Daron Payne in the deal for one thing, and yes, Marvin Harrison with that next pick and a left tackle with that 9th pick.
So. The thing about that, Easy, it sounds nice, but when you kind of think about it, if you get Payne, you're paying them. You're paying them that salary.
Remember, Payne just got franchise tags, so that's why I don't want Payne because now
we could just
more money, and now I got a log jam at D tackle that I don't need.
Yeah, then sure, all the picks in the world, whatever. Like it'll take. We should ask for a lot from Washington because they obviously want Caleb. Like they've shown their hand.
But see, that's what I'm saying. When you get too greedy, that's when you take yourself out.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing though. Like we are still doing very, very good job at thinking that we want Caleb Williams.
And here's the thing: for once, can the Bears think just a little bit outside the box? Because I say this and I'll say it again: the only reason the Bears don't get Marvin Harrison Jr. is because they truly don't want him. If you really want him and you say, "Oh well, I can't do this. Let me maneuver this," do the damn deals. Listen to what's out there. Get a haul from a team or two, and still play ball. Because guess what? Even if you do get Caleb Williams, and even if you do get to 9, and now I'm like, oh, do I get Fashanu or Rome Odunze? It don't matter if you can't get them the ball.
Yeah.
That's true. And also remember, Justin Fields got pressure on 49% of his fucking passes last year. That's damn near 50%. Basically, you can say 50% of his fucking passes he got fucking pressured on. Now, everybody sit up there and talk about Justin can't pass. How many fucking games would we win if we didn't have him? Because one reason why we were able to stick around in games is because his athletic ability, his ability to get away from the fucking rush, his ability to run down the field. Everybody keep talking about Herbert. Oh, he averaged 5 yards of fucking carry. Herbert will not average 5 yards of fucking carry. Please stop with that.
David Montgomery had a damn good year in Detroit.
Herbert and Rashawn Johnson are the same fucking backs, except for one can catch and block a little bit better than the other motherfucker. All they are is just run straight through the hole. You go get you. Everybody keep talking about CMC.
Get him, foul. Say it.
Go get Barkley.
There it is.
Go get Barkley. If you fuck around and have Saquon Barkley and Justin Fields in that fucking backfield, you are going to give defensive coordinators heart attacks. How the fuck you gonna stop that? Give me DJ. Give me Marvin. You want to bring 8 up? Come on. I got my 2 guys going 1-on-1 against your DBs. I'm gonna take their ass every single time.
How much is Barkley gonna cost?
He's gonna cost
10 to 12.
I'll give him anywhere from 12 to 14. Easy.
Yeah, he'd be like a 12.
Well, the highest paid running back makes 14, so I'm gonna give him 12.
If you get Saquon, then you just get one rusher, then, right? Do you get Hunter still with Saquon, or do you go?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, you got the money.
You got the money.
You got the money.
But that's what I'm saying.
You go get Hunter, you re-sign Jalen, you bring in Barkley, you already
get that
got
offensive tackle at 9.
Then The draft, you just filling everything out. Wide receiver Marvin. If you want to go get you a fucking a low budget center, go get you one. Draft you one as well. Go get one of them big ass tackles. Get them. Get a fucking safety.
It's real.
There's a lot of
Fill in
tackles.
your roster.
It
ain't hard.
Javon Newton might be available at that. You never know. Like the people that are available now, of course, the underwear Olympics. That's what I call the combine, the underwear Olympics. That's only going to elevate people to say,
in that underwear.
"Oh wow, let me choose him." But like Warren Sapp said, I don't give a damn about no combine because ain't no weights on the 50-yard line, and that's from a Hall of Famer. Sometimes you just got to look and know talent. And the Bears scouting department, unfortunately, when it comes to drafting, has not found talent. Ryan Poles has brought talent back on the defensive side, and so far with what's my man name? Darnell Wright. He can draft a left tackle with Fashanu or Alt. I prefer Alt. Everybody got their own opinion. I see generational in him. Why not do the obvious? Why not do what we're supposed to do? Because I'm telling you right now, if they get pressured by the media saying, "Oh, you got to take Caleb, you got to reset the market," man, I got like $70-some million in cap. What I need to what market do I need to reset?
Yeah, they got 60.
I wish I could
have
play
65?
that video right now. I wish I could play that video. As much as we don't like Cap, and I don't like Cap.
But not only that, you
Deshaun
also
Johnson
remember
was talking about
by
that.
them sitting up there trading and getting those extra draft picks, you keep your team younger and you also keep them cheaper.
You keep them cheap. Hey.
Yeah.
Well, Bears have
You worried about
65
money.
liquid, right? 65 liquid cash, 65
It's
million.
something like that, but remember, you got to add on the extra 25 mil that they're going to get next year for the boost.
For the draft, yeah.
So that counts. That's gonna make them be able to. Because I want to say before the White here in Jackson deal, they were at 40 something, like 40,
like 48,
46, 47,
like
or
48, 48.
So now they got an extra 21. Now we're talking them almost 70 plus the extra stuff that you're gonna get. You can make so many deals right now. The Bears are literally able to play Madden right now with the salary cap on, and they need to go ahead and do just that.
Just
get playmakers. I mean, the thing is this: if you draft Caleb, I have no problem with it. You draft Caleb, he got to come in and he got to produce. But guess what you got to do?
I'm a cheerful, but my expectations gonna be low.
Yeah. You got to put weapons around the kid. You got to give him weapons. You got to give him another receiver on the outside.
I want to see Justin. I want to see Justin with all those weapons instead of Caleb.
Oh, and I forgot one big thing, Gary, because we're conspiracy theorists on this show too. Yeah. Did you know that when I forgot who the media guy was, stated this is most recent.
The media guy for the Bears?
Some other team. I mean, some just national media guy.
That's fat ass Brandon Faber. He's a dickhead.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, but
he's a cocksucker.
I feel about Caleb, so it's all good.
They had said that basically the Bears should do nothing but draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Caleb Williams liked it. He's been quiet with all that stuff about he didn't say this, he didn't say that. Soon as that tweet came out, guess what he did? Like, he don't want to be here anyway.
No, he doesn't. Man. I don't care what people say. He just he doesn't have that vision.
But you got to have vision.
All right, check this out. It's getting close to that 2-hour mark. Let's go ahead, get in our final words, and then let's get into some shout outs. Final word, JB. You kick it off. Your final comment.
Oh, my final comment?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody call somebody that knows somebody that used to wash cars or clean the houses of Ryan Poles while he's been here and tell him to come on the show and holler at us because we can help him out.
Z-Force?
Oh, God. Jeez. We didn't talk Blackhawks, so I'm going to go Blackhawks. Generational player, Connor Bedard, yeah. Patrick Kane, yes.
Oh, my Thunder.
NHL would be Gretzky, Crybaby, Lemieux, Ovechkin, McDavid. Those are the generational players, and since I've been watching hockey. But the Hawks suck bad.
Yeah.
You said they got a couple of good pieces, with the exception of Foligno and maybe Khrushchev, but Soderblom blows. That guy sucks ass. You know, this team used to be.
Is that they on the team now?
Yeah, this team used to be a goalie factory, and now it's brutal, and I can't watch it. And
the one positive thing you got to look at right now is the Blackhawks organization has 8 goalies in their freaking system right now. One of them's gonna fucking work out. God,
I got my Hossa jersey on mothballs. Like I haven't brought it out, and I haven't been to a game and since I think they went to the playoffs the last time. So, and not the bubble year either. But yeah, I'm just disappointed, and the Bulls are just a joke, and it's going to be a painful sports season until the draft, especially with baseball. Until the football.
What are they doing? They getting ready to start. Oh my God, the White Sox ain't doing a damn thing.
Did absolutely nothing.
Oh, come on, Easy! I cannot believe it. You like that gay bar on the
Easy final comment.
Look at him. He looks like a Cubs fan. I mean, that's all we got to say.
Come on, Easy.
The apples don't fall far, right?
What happened to the dynasty, Easy? What happened to it?
Hey, man, look.
They killed it as fast as the Blackhawks did with Bowman.
It's the most boring article of clothing, and you name a team after it. I just can't wrap my head around that. I can't.
I mean,
anyway,
a cub is a bear, is a baby. It's a crybaby. It's a cub.
It grows up to become a bear, which is what you root
little
for.
Pretty little thing, not no fucking beast.
Yeah,
you could strangle a cub with a white sock. I'm just saying.
It's literally the team.
We gotta get up out of here.
Well, anyway, let me real quick, Famos, real quick. Okay, this year. Besides last year when they talked Ryan Poles, it was a big year for him. This year is career defining for Ryan Poles and his legacy. This is it for him this year. This is what he does this year will define his legacy in this organization and possibly for his future in football. So that's it.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm what was it? Yeah, good luck. Hope the Cubs could have a good year again, build on their success. Hope the White Sox, gain relevance again because I do like when the White Sox are good. Chicago. Bulls suck. Bears just do the right thing. I still don't think it matters who the quarterback is if you can't get the coach right, and the Bears haven't done that. So, but I also think they can't really go wrong this draft, whichever route they decide to go. So, I hope that Poles just makes all the right decisions and. I'll leave it at that.
Frank,
I'm gonna follow mine up on what you just finished off with about it can't go wrong on this one. There was a nice interview. I can't remember who the hell it was, but they did say kind of like that they are in a great position where whichever pick that they have is going to be exciting. So I mean, I guess I can somewhat agree with that.
Are we talking?
As we all know, I am just not a fan of somebody who does not want to be here.
I get it.
Like I'm not. All right. And I mean, we can say what we want. Like if my dad publicly went out on social media more than once saying that he does not want to be in Chicago, if my dad did that, my dad knows that's how I feel. That's my opinion.
Frank, real quick, I want to say, If Caleb did have interest in playing for Chicago, he would have come out and said, that's total bullshit. That's a lie. I want to be the next starting quarterback.
You're right there in Cali. You don't hear nothing locally about him wanting to come in.
He is deleting his tweets.
It doesn't matter where I am.
Out and everything because of one reason and one reason only is because he still wants that number 1 pick. He does not want to be on the Bears. So I don't want him here. I am not a fan of him. He has talent. He will never be Patrick Mahomes. He could kiss my ass on being Patrick fucking Mahomes. But when it comes down to that, if you can somehow pull, I mean, JB, your fucking thing was just, I mean, that's an orgasm, pretty much what you just said. That'd be unfreaking believable if that happens. But regardless, if you pull out still, even just a trade with Washington, you get Marvin Harrison Jr., you still come out with the best offensive tackle at 9. If 9 isn't available and you can't get a defensive pass rusher, and I always keep saying this, I love Latu. I know you guys are skeptic on him with his neck injuries.
Because of the neck.
It's very, very reasonable thing. A neck injury is some scary-ass shit. There's no question about that. But he is a defensive end. If he stays healthy, man, he could – pass rush, he can use his hands, power, he does fucking everything. But my biggest thing is still getting that 2nd round pick back this year, and you get Van Pren, that center from Georgia, That is my biggest key other than Marvin Harrison Jr., honestly, because you need to find a new generational center, and that guy is NFL ready right now. So
Okay.
That's what I got.
Good shit. As for me, I'm looking forward to seeing the St. Brown's podcast tomorrow. See if Justin's gonna reveal anything. See how he feels about some things. See what type of questions they ask him. You know, they may have already got the script laid down. Like, don't ask me this, don't ask me that. Who knows? I love the Bears. Whichever quarterback they go with, I'm still gonna root for him. I hope it's Justin. Give him weapons. Let him show that he can be the man. Hell, you gave Mitchell Trubisky 4 fucking years. And then another thing, you also got to think about it like this. If we had the number 9 pick only, we wouldn't even be talking about this shit because Justin Fields would be our goddamn quarterback anyway.
Right.
I do like Jackson Howard a lot, by the way.
But that's my spiel. Let's get into some shout outs. You first.
Quick one. This is for you, Z, as far as when we're talking about Luke Getsy.
Come here. Come on, everybody. All right, this is it. Okay. This is the play. Okay, the quarterback. 2 receivers lined up to the left, 1 to the right. There's a flanker lined up to the left behind the quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah, he gives the ball. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the ball. The receiver goes all the way over there to the left. Once the quarterback has the ball, he fakes to the left. No, he fakes to the right. He doesn't fake. He thinks about fake. He pretends to fake. I don't know where I am. I can't breathe. Oh, this room is getting smaller. I have to sit down. Hang on here. Take the ball.
That's about how long as Justin holds the ball to throw. So
true. I think mine's better. I think mine's funnier, but that's okay.
Go ahead, Easy. Shout outs.
Shout outs? Oh, shout outs.
Shout out.
Oh, shout out you
We
guys.
gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Check your messenger, Frank.
Damn.
Shout out you guys. You know, always fun chopping it up. Great show. Z4, shout out to you being on the show with us. Shout out to my dad for tuning in, and shout out to his mom who's going through it right now. Prayers to my bubby. Shout out to everyone in the chat who tuned in, and even those lurkers who are watching. And shout out to my show, Easy Does It, streams Fridays at 8 o'clock Central Time. So yeah, definitely tune in to Easy Does It. And yeah, I think I talked a lot. Who's up?
Z-Force?
You can follow me on Instagram if you want at the one Z-Force. Thanks to you guys for having me on. Hopefully I can be on when T-Nick is here. I'm still feeling a little
I'm about to say, don't you owe him a conversation?
Yeah. I know. I see his his videos when he's at the bar drinking and he doesn't, call me or offer me to come out there. So, I'm beginning to think he doesn't like me at all. So that's my skin tone, but no. But it's always been good hanging with you guys. Anytime you want me on, just call me. I'm good to go. Shout out to Malman Law, my attorneys who finally have settled my dad's case. It's done. Now we're just waiting. Unfortunately, there's going to be a couple bastards who get money that they shouldn't get. That's for another day. Also, hopefully summertime, and I want you guys to come on as well. I've got some ducks in a row for my podcast going to be kicking off. It's going to be sports, entertainment, life, and everything. So I don't want to steal your guys' thunder, but I want you guys to come on as well. And shout out to my girl, my love. Her birthday's coming up on the 26th. Heather, I got to say happy birthday to her and love you. And
Gary.
After I get off, I got to get some. So I'm joking. She's naked right next to me. If I, so.
He's no longer a family.
Yeah.
Gary, I got to put you on the spot, brother. I love you. We go back.
Yep.
Tell them where else we can find you, because I know where we can find you.
Oh, well, with the TV stuff, it's because of the strike. It fucked up my booking, so I haven't been on PD or Fire or Med this year at all. But
I thought they stopped that and everybody was back right.
Well, yeah, but because of the holdup, I got more basketball games and college games, and so I wasn't able to do that. But Emperor of Ocean Park, starring Forrest Whitaker, is being shot here. And also Power Book Force is coming back, and they should be shooting. So you'll see me on that as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back and maybe seeing T-Nick getting blown up in a subway again like he did on Chicago Met. So.
Yes,
so you guys
Frank,
are the best, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Frank the Tank.
All right. Shout out. I'm going to give a surprising shout out here to Stephen A. Smith for your ideas on how to get rid of the fucking All-Star weekend.
Clip that one. Clip that.
Just like that. Best things you've ever said, Stephen A. Other than Michael Jordan, LeBron James debates, which I always agree with you in as well. But other than that, just shut your damn mouth. But yeah, got to give a shout out to my Blackhawks. They suck. But they're probably they're gunning to pull in another possible top 3 pick. Hopefully they can get an NHL ready type player. So it'll fasten this build. But like I said, I mean, we got pieces that I really like. And Connor Bedard just sat out 4.5 weeks, and he still leads all rookies in scoring, still leads all Chicago Blackhawks in scoring. Like, the guy is just an absolute monster. I can't even say the guy. The kid is an absolute monster. Freaking 18 years old, and he's already just shredding apart the NHL. So
pad the rookie stats and then sit him the last month so he doesn't get hurt anymore.
Yeah. Is he rookie of the year?
Oh, hands down. I mean, like I said, he still leads all rookies in scoring, and he sat out 4.5 weeks, and he still leads all rookies.
So that means he's the next guy.
He is supposed to be, knock on wood, the next guy. And everyone was worried about, how is he gonna, is he gonna buckle under the pressure? He hasn't proven that yet his rookie year, because the kid is unbelievable and he has nothing around him to help. So that is phenomenal.
Welcome back, Connor.
Absolutely. That's all I got.
JB.
Oh, well, I always have the longest segment. I'm just gonna jump right into it. Frank, give me my count. Program Ham, a new one. Never seen Program Ham before. I'm gonna have to figure out who that is.
Jeanette. Who's Jeanette?
Jeanette.
Who's Sandra Bynum Holmes?
Oh, don't you talk about JB's mom like that.
Oh, that's your mom, JB? My bad.
Wait, what happened?
Sandra Bynum Holmes, that's your mom? Is that your mom?
Yeah, no, that's my mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. Sorry. I wasn't saying that like that. I was just like, who's Sandra Bynum Holmes?
That's my mom, yeah.
Okay. Hi, Mom.
The Program Ham, Jeremy Bowman, my boy Keith Sperry, checked in. Let's see, Crazy Ace. Matter of fact, Crazy Ace, hey, everybody, in the Philippines, and this brother is still coming out, working, helping us with production and everything. Shout out to Crazy Ace.
Yes, sir.
Bot Rex. Custard, welcome back, Custard. James Harden ruined basketball. He's one of the problems. Thank you, Custard. Crooked Commish. My boy Crooked Commish.
Travel.
Definitely checked in. Really easy. Really, I'm going to just let your comment go to waste.
We let a lot of his comments go to waste. So
that's like the little brother. Like, he wants to come hang with us at the park and stuff. And we're like, man, go back home.
I want to come on Easy Show.
We love Easy. Like. Come on Easy Show.
I watch his show, but it's on Fridays. It's hard to get on.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Z, Easy's dad. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Always good to see him chime. He had a lot of content tonight too.
Don't worry, Easy's dad. I love giving your son shit. We have very.
That's my dad too, Mr. Z.
We have very good.
It is. And as always, okay, Jeanette Johnson, thank you. I was here. I was quiet. We appreciate that. Thank you for chiming in. My brother from another, Bullets, always. Cali Love, always. Thank you for chiming in.
Got that crack for you, Bullets.
Okay. Shout out to SB. Shout out to, you already let the cat out the bag, G. Shout out to Sandra Bynum Holmes.
That's your 10 right there, baby.
That's my 10. And look, I did it in under 2 minutes this time.
That was a quick one. I like it.
Wow. Dang.
So before you guys leave real quick, do you have a time limit to do this, or do you just stay on?
We try to keep it at 2.
We try to keep it at 2, but sometimes, the conversation's good and we just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy's computer must have died or something.
Well, I want to give a shout out to, first of all, shout out to you fellas. Frank the Tank, Z4, JB, Easy, where the fuck he at? Also, remember, ladies and gentlemen, to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. We are small, but we are growing. Also, want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Visions, Moore's Beer, In the Zone, and also the new restaurant out. Owner, one of the owners anyway, our boy and former Chicago Bear, Israel Donajay. Check out Signature on, I believe it's on Wabash, 13th and Wabash.
Like 13th and Wabash?
Yeah, like 13th and Wabash. Yeah, come check it out. Nice atmosphere, good food, better drink.
So I asked this before about you guys. Now, JB, you said you've got basketball. Frank, you've got stuff going on with you. I wanted you for beers and wings out here in the Ville.
So I'll be free soon because our season state playoffs is going on. So we're done. We're out.
Like if my basketball season ends, it's going to end on March 1st if I don't get the next playoff assignment. And then my lacrosse season starts on the 12th of March.
Oh, so we got a little wiggle room.
Right. 99-cent wings and brewskis on me, boys.
It's in the neighborhood area.
That's out to the Ville. You got to come out to the Ville, though. Don't worry. We got some chocolate out.
I got Wheaton, dude. You ain't that far from me.
Well, we got to go because getting that Gary. But like I said, when we were trying to plan it the first time,
I got you.
Basketball season just consumed everything.
I'm extending this out to T-Nick, but see, he never gets in touch with me. He never answers his messages or anything.
Don't worry about it. He don't never answer for our ass.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So we just go with it.
His short ass, drinking ass.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the kiddies. The one that sat up there and got a little ass on the damn, got her little view on and shit. Came through, walked through. Right. Trying to duck and shit. Tell me, I ain't knew. Yeah, you did. You knew.
Yeah, I'm only talking to Grogu. I ain't talking on live, right?
Shout out to my beautiful fiance, soon to be wife. Shout out to the Bears. Hopefully y'all do the right thing. Can't go wrong either way. Shout out to all the Chicago sports teams. Shout out to the city of Chicago, period.
Open bar reception at your wedding, Foulmouth? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Hold on, man.
You need a DJ? I can be a DJ, Foulmouth.
You gonna DJ for us?
Yeah, shit. I'm gonna play some, I'm gonna play some Sinatra and some Neil
as long
Diamond.
as you don't play no Rhinestone Cowboy.
Come on now.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
How about some John Denver?
That's cool.
How about some bitches ain't shit? Bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks.
Hey,
I was a 3-6 Mafia fan.
I know, right?
No, that was Doggy Style. That's
Dog Pound. Old album.
That's OG right there. Yes, sir.
So for Frank the Tank, Z-Force, JB, and our boy Easy and T-Nick, wherever the fuck he is in Indiana cornfields. Thank you for listening and watching the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. And guess what? Oh, don't forget about my homie Grogu. We out.
We out.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.